almost didn't throw the white flag. I was going to give you one more lap.
The 9 running on the tires. He'll slide up off of turn number 4, Jerry. You've got a new race leader, Matthew Loeb. Your race leader with 4 laps to go.
All right, who told you to tell that joke?
Oh, boys, we survived to come back to be for season 3, number 11, because we're back in heaven in the studio.
Is this number 11?
This is number 11.
I lost count. I don't know.
We've had a little break here. When was our last podcast?
Like 3 years ago.
The last one we had was the stock car frame.
I was going to say, was I at Paul's place? When
Yeah,
we
that
did
was the last one we
Yeah,
had.
you were-
The last
you were-
official one, not
I don't even know
Friday.
what day that was. It was in July sometime, wasn't it?
Might have been.
Yeah.
I don't know. The last month, 2
Been
months is
busy.
just a blur. I think I spent every day for 3 weeks. I was in Boone every day, but I only stayed overnight, like 9 nights.
That's a lot of buffets.
Are you a changed man?
As
Spent
far
3
as-
weeks in Boone. I don't know. That can have an impact on a person, can't it?
Yes.
I spent a week in Boone one day.
I'm still trying to recover.
I mean, trying to recover.
Oh my gosh!
You're recovering super
I still got to go
Holly?
back. I'm going back again tomorrow. I still got to go.
What do you
2
do
times.
tomorrow?
Still get equipment.
Did you get that banner taken down that you forgot last year?
Yeah.
On the back of the high
All
rise?
the banners.
Oh, someone got him. If he didn't get him, someone took it down.
All the banners have been safely recovered this year.
Are you going back
So,
to get Dilly Dilly? Is that
every-
what you're going to do?
No.
I saw Dilly Dilly walking around out there somewhere.
Yeah, we got a couple of special guests. We got Wade
Oh, he's
with us.
special.
Wade is with us.
I know.
You only got, 4 or 5 more days left in the
Yeah.
States?
Then you got to go home.
Then you get deported.
Yeah.
By order of the governor, by
I
order of the
literally
president?
get the text. I literally get a text.
Get the hell out.
It's
Hope
time.
you've enjoyed your time in this country.
Get the
You
hell
enjoyed
out.
your time, but you
Don't
know.
let the door hit you in the ass on the way
You
out.
got to go.
Yeah, I do got to go. I'm looking forward to it. There's no place like home, boys.
Yeah,
I
get
miss
it.
my sons
I
really
told you that
badly.
this morning.
Yeah.
Wade and I had breakfast.
Oh, thanks for the invitation.
Oh, yeah,
go.
thanks for the
There we
invite.
go.
You guys
Did you
didn't
have
invite
to
me,
say
so I
that?
didn't invite you.
Oh, it gets so catty.
Wow.
Did you have to say? We didn't even have the Alaskan waffles this time.
We didn't.
Alaskan waffles. Is that like Alaskan mayonnaise?
Did you go to Vent Family?
Did you go to
Yeah, 218.
Little VFR.
287 or something. What's it called?
218.
Oh, it's close.
Because it's 218. It used to be 218 Cafe,
Yeah.
right? So
When it was over here.
when it was on this side of town, but it moved the other side of town. It's Vinton Family Restaurant or whatever they call it.
Used to be the Viking Galley years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
I've just always called it 218, 218.
Last time I was in town, I went to bowling alley with Ryan. The skating rink. Remember we went to see your mom? She was
Yeah,
polling.
she was polling.
Last time I had biscotti
Yeah.
at Ryan's mum's house.
Today we're having meatloaf.
I saw his childhood bedroom. It was like caving. It was like stalactites in it. It was amazing.
Does it still look the same?
Did he show you this?
It had race
did he
car
show you-
wallpaper on
Did he
it.
show you the sheets that stood up on end?
Really? Really?
She's a sweetheart.
He borrowed them from Jim.
Oh, no.
I'm guessing no Farrah Fawcett posters on the wall.
I had race cars.
There was Lee Majors though, Jim. And that's kind of a similar period,
$1
right?
Million Man or whatever that guy was.
Lee Majors and
It's warm in here. You guys want to turn the air on?
Lee
Wonder Woman.
Majors and
Oh, Wonder Woman.
David Hasselhoff.
Magnum PI.
With the short shorts and the big mustache.
Yep, little Tom Selleck action.
Little Tom Selleck. Hello, puppers. There's dogs in here, by the way. Who let the dogs out? Hello? Hello? There's buttholes everywhere. Some of them are on the dogs. And we're back.
We are back. Let's try to stay on, like,
Try.
track.
I mean, a steer can try too.
never
Can I
noticed.
say, early before people tune out, can I say a huge thank you to Craig Ford at PellaMotors.com because I took a picture this morning outside the old cobblestone there with my bag sitting next to the Mini Van Halen, that beautiful Chrysler Pacifica that still has a bird lodged
The
in
one
there
that we
in the
got
grill.
chased through Newton with.
It was a bit of an incident, wasn't there, a road rage?
Yes.
I put almost 16,000 miles on any car that Craig gives me in 3 months. And he doesn't give me, like, anything, I'll take the
That's
old-
like had 132 miles. It's brand new.
It's got a lot on it now.
I know,
and I haven't
but-
finished. So without him, I can't do Super Nationals. I can't. Remember last year I went out to Beatrice.
Yep.
And I caught up with Sideshow Bob's dad and stuff. And, like, I get to go everywhere and do rat rod festivals down in Missouri. And I've been out to PA before. And, I get to do this stuff with you guys. And I couldn't do it without being able to drive around in a vehicle that gets me there. So I just want to say a huge thank you to Craig Ford at Pella Motors and
Very nice of him
Craig
to do
Chevrolet.
that.
Absolutely. I
You
would.
think he could borrow me a vehicle for 3 months in the summer?
I don't know if we could have a dolphin killer in stock, but we'd probably look for it. Well, as
Dolphin killer.
Brett likes to leave the largest possible economic and environmental footprint
Absolutely.
carbon footprint.
Yep. For every person that tries to drive an electric vehicle, I'm going to make the biggest carbon footprint I possibly can.
I love his truck. His dually. He's pretty sexy, isn't it?
I love it too.
Well, his wife doesn't like the wheels.
No, Jeannie's got she's got the presidential, like the SUV, the suburban black looking, amazing looking. You think there's someone from the presidential party in it?
We saw it at Casey's today
Yeah, we did.
on the way in.
Oh, did you think she stopped and got gas today, mate?
No, she didn't have the truck.
She might.
No, she had the.
Do you think she stopped for gas today?
No, I know she didn't. So she called me while we were eating
We better not tell this story.
Because I got a problem.
Oh,
She stopped for
you're gonna
gas.
Was she
tell
playing the
us.
game?
Why not? It's my wife.
She
These are
doesn't
fun
watch this
stories.
show anyway.
Was she playing
She
the
doesn't.
game?
No,
She's
well,
like, I got a problem. I'm like, what's that?
in a
She
better
goes,
way.
I'm about out of gas. I'm
Nah,
like,
playing
well,
the game.
stop.
well, no, yeah, but listen,
Stop and put gas in the Tahoe. She's like, I'm in my underwear.
yeah, baby.
Well, that's not. Well, I mean, she was wearing that bus,
She
but
was in
other
a hurry.
clothes when
Had
she
to take
was.
Kennedy to school, so she took Kennedy to school in her underwear.
Hey, let's rephrase that.
True story. Good thing we have tinted
Not
windows.
Kennedy in her underwear. Virginia drove Kennedy to school, but Virginia was in her underwear.
Virginia was in her underwear.
I offered to go and
She
help.
took Kennedy to school in her underwear. And couldn't stop and get gas because she was in her underwear, and she was worried she was going to run out of gas because the gas light was on.
Well, she made it to the gas station
Yeah,
because we
well,
saw her
because we
getting
saw her
gas on our
pumping
way
gas.
into town.
So hopefully she had some clothes on.
This
at that point.
tells me. This tells me unequivocally that she does not watch this show because Brett's not too scared to tell that story.
No, she does not.
Nate, can you
her
cut?
brother
Can
will
you
watch
cut
this
this into a little 60-second promo clip and we'll just?
Somebody will say something to her.
You think?
She looks good in her underwear, though.
Oh no, sugar honey iced tea. She does. I'm sure she does.
It's one of the reasons I married her.
And we're off. Like a
Like a
bride's,
prom dress.
like a bride's nighty. Oh, there's Jerry. Paul Berger.
Paul Berger.
Yeah. Burger.
That's a nice hot rod. Oh
So
my
what are we
god.
going to talk about? Super Nationals?
That's all I know.
That's all I know.
So unless you want to talk about, I don't know, rat rods,
Photo shoots.
Urbandale.
or Bondale.
And we need to do a poll. I'm very interested to know who was last year it was Victor was the most popular
Victor,
caller
yes.
in.
I don't even remember who all called in.
Have a
this
look
year.
at Brett's face. He's completely.
Had Victor, Basil, Nigel. I was
Marjorie called.
when
Marge
Marjorie
in.
called us. I thought she was getting whipped or something.
That was.
This is Virginia from Virginia.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you listened to that one.
They
That's
listen
the
to
one
that.
that makes me laugh.
Yeah, she didn't call this year.
Who was
Where
from
she
Honduras? Was there?
Nah, we didn't have enough.
There was Jorge from
Yeah, but he wasn't from Honduras.
People can catch all
Havana.
that.
Yeah, he was from
Jorge
Havana.
from Havana. Yeah.
Right. There was the guy from hot dog cheese.
Something Bill Bergville or
No, Shire.
oh yeah, Shire.
Hot dog.
Hot dog, cheeseburger, hamburger.
These cars are frightfully exciting.
If you don't know what Wade's talking about, just watch the replay.
You have to sit through 7 days of complete and utter dribble to try and find. Hello, puppy dog. Yeah, so we need to do a poll, because last year it was Victor.
We'll get Ian on it.
How
So
about
the
the
Super Nationals is come and gone. 42nd annual.
Has anybody checked on our mate
Speedway
Peterson
Motors.
that had that huge shit mixer on the back stretch in his hobby stock?
Yeah, he finally found
Chase?
he found a new body.
Did you see the way Hank was dragging the hood off? Like, whoa, careful!
It all came off in one piece. It was
did,
like a
it
big
was-
shell. Just went ploop onto the racetrack. He flipped and it just dropped it right on the racetrack and he just kept going.
And he stood up on the top of the K. He put his steering wheel on the hook there.
And he took the time to take his IMCA hat and put it on his head, which he had just bought.
He's
And
a
they
nice
stuck
guy.
around. They stuck around for a few days. They still had hotel rooms, so they
Again,
were.
that's one of those moments you hate to see a race car tore up like that because that's an expensive thing to have happen for anybody. But I thought he took it in stride, and I don't know, it's moments like that where you just go, wow.
Yeah.
You had a flip count from Super Nationals, didn't you?
Oh yeah, how many flip counts did we have this year?
I think most of them were mod
Most of them
lights.
are mod lights.
Most of them were mod lights. But
Oh,
we have all kinds of cool stats from Super
We had
Nationals.
21 and a
Double
half.
ankles.
We had one that got up on
Well,
its
I
side.
went back
that
and
last
watched
night.
it. Well, yeah, I went up on its side, and then it came back over, and then
So 21 and a half, and I think probably, well, through the end of Sunday when the mod lights were done, we had 13, I think 12 of those. So we had 9 or 10 that weren't mod lights.
21
Yeah,
and a
21
half.
and a half total.
We should have like a raffle or something for everybody that flips a car at the Super Nationals. Their name goes into a bucket, and they win a 3-month car from Craig Pella Motors.
Wow. Wow. The mini Van Halen.
A mini Van Halen. My daughter would call that a kidnapper van.
Huh.
You have
I mean,
windows
it's
in
not
it, though,
a
don't
big,
you?
like one of those big, huge free candy vans. But
No, but it's a white minivan.
It's got windows.
It's got-
At least
It
got
has
windows.
so it's not
Are they
quite,
covered in cardboard?
It's not quite like the IMCA TV van.
yeah.
You just slide the door and all the
Get in.
yeah, exactly. Off they go.
So let's just randomly pick things that stand out. Me being violated every year by Regan Tafoya, that was, and speaking just babbling in Spanish.
Those are the best.
And then I would just say "sí" at the end because I had no idea what he meant.
The fact that he drew the
You're
one.
not the only one.
Yeah.
That was
Then he
good.
was like, "What'd you draw?"
Was he up front in the qualifier or in the prelude?
That was
That's
a qualifier.
That's qualifier.
And Wade wasn't there for the preludes. That was a qualifier.
Is Jim going to sleep?
No, he's there.
I'm here.
Jeez,
No, he's sleeping.
So Tafoya. It was the first night,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I think it was the
second
first
night,
day.
yeah.
Was it second?
I think it was second night.
Thursday?
Can you imagine Mrs. Tafoya's life? You imagine when she wakes up in the morning and he's already,
Like up here.
yeah.
Maybe he's different. Maybe that's just a
Nah,
persona. he
Nah,
puts
I
on.
don't think so.
So-
He'd be a human jackhammer in that bed, I would think. Ole! Is it Ole?
See how those 15-minute pre-race shows were kind of off the rails and we didn't really accomplish it?
They were
Well,
fun.
I think I participated in one of those.
Yes,
this
you
year.
did. Are you going to be back tomorrow, Brett? No.
Nope, I've had enough. Had enough.
I got shit to do.
I have a driver's meeting to take care of.
We talked about things this morning. We talked about how cool that women ambassadors, women of motorsport thing was, but we really didn't get a chance to maybe do that as comprehensively as we could have, but they
Yep.
all look great. That's when Jerry said, "Come on, Wade, we're going down to interview all the women in motorsport." And I look around, I'm like, Jerry's over by the AMCA trailer doing deals.
There are,
Sell,
there are
sell,
so many
sell.
things about Super Nationals that are cool. Obviously, the car count. Obviously, we broke another record for third year in a row, whatever it was, Ryan.
Yep. 1,036.
Yeah, and we focus a lot on that. We talk about Wade and I've talked about this. I think we've all talked about this. We talk about the car count a lot, but it's just a part of the event. It helps make Super Nationals what it is. But there's so many things about Super Nationals that are so cool, from your comments about Tafoya to the women in racing, and some of the things that had went on through every day of the Super Nationals or something different, and it just, to me, it's taken on a life all of its own. We'd have to really try hard at this point, I think, to ruin the Super Nationals. We'd have to deliberately try to ruin it.
Are we
there's-
going to?
No, I don't think so. Not yet.
It's an event. It's more than just the racing.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was thinking the other day, it's not the car count, it's the people who count.
Yeah, correct.
We put a lot of emphasis on over 1,000 cars. If you suddenly one year had 920, it would not be
No.
the end of the world.
It wouldn't, and if we were
Just finishing
expecting,
an hour earlier.
we were expecting like a 10% decrease, probably realistically a 10% decline in participation this year. That was what I had predicted. And if you do 10% off 1,000, it's 100 cars. So if we had 900, I thought we were doing well, But we kind of blew right through that. And when we started doing the pre-entries and stuff, we kind of blew right through that the week before Super Nationals. And then I think you get into short-term forecast, and people start. The last minute people are saying, okay, the weather's going to be good. And I really do think the weather plays a huge role in
definitely.
what's going on over there. Because if we get weather, it's just, everybody who was there this year saw perfect conditions. We didn't have anything that threw our timing off other than just, 21 and a half rollovers or whatever it is. And things like that you can't necessarily predict. But if you look at the schedule and how we lay out the Super Nationals, it's pretty much very well choreographed.
I will say, though, I should admit to this, but that Thursday morning when we had that rain shower come in, never in my life did I want a rain delay at Boone as much as I did then. I was tired. That was we had some
tired.
late nights,
The
but it
prelude-
went so well. The prelude really sets the
Prelude
tone
is
for the
kind of
week.
taken on look all of its own. It's almost too much. It starts the week off almost too much because there's too much racing to begin with. So adding that at the front, it just kind of, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is to that. You can't necessarily limit it.
It's like giving Dolly Parton implants.
I guess.
Again.
Well,
Something like
Yeah,
that.
on top
Not
of-
exactly how I would put it.
So what she's got aren't necessarily real anyway. Wade.
I was thinking that it was cool to see the Blacks, Kelsey and Tanner, both almost make the show together. That had to be some history, didn't it?
That
if
would've
that
been-
would have happened.
yeah.
She did a great job. She won a heat race, and he won his heat just after that, which was
Yep.
super cool and groovy. So that was a particularly cool thing. That would have been historic, wouldn't it? To have husband and wife in an A-main.
Would assume, that would have
Yeah.
been a
That'd been the
first.
first.
Yeah. And again, back to the women in racing, I thought that was
Yeah.
really cool. We talked about that this morning. We were at breakfast. things that just kind of start. I don't know whose idea that was.
Was it Kendall's?
Was that Kendall's at Napa?
I think it was.
I don't know. I didn't know it was going to happen until
it
right
was
before.
Napa. I think Napa steered that. What a great idea! It really is a really,
They all showed
really
up
good
wearing their
idea.
gear. They all showed up with their race suits, and
It needs to be next year. It's going to be so much better because we'll get we won't. I mean, again, I felt like it was just kind of Napa and Kendall came up with that idea, and we're like, yeah, let's do that. That's a good idea.
The only thing I heard that could have made that moment better was if it would have been in the evening or not during a weekday, because the kids couldn't be there to see that
Right.
women are involved in motorsports. But to think how many women were there competing,
Yeah.
is just. I mean, they're out there, but to see them all assembled together like that, there's a lot of women here racing.
Right.
all very marketable. Like every one of them, very, very marketable. I'd like to put them all into the mini Van Halen and just do a lap and interview them, like karaoke.
Yeah.
Like that's all right. We got to do that next year. Karaoke, yeah.
Karaoke.
What was his name?
Bussy-oki?
The English guy.
James Corden.
Yes.
Yes.
But we'd have to put him in a bus. We could put him in a bus, take him around the track.
That's a good idea. But Jerry, I can't believe you thought of that.
We already talked about the bus ride, didn't we? When we had breakfast.
Breakfast. Alaskan waffles.
Must have wrote it on a napkin.
That was good. That was a good deal, though. Having the women in motorsport thing was super cool. What happened to the girl who pisses excellence? I didn't see her this year.
She has been there for a couple of years.
Oh.
Kimberly Abbott.
Boy, didn't Mitchie Bielenberg suck?
Did he get disqualified?
Didn't even get that far. He didn't even get in the show.
He didn't make it.
I can't
I was
remember.
looking forward to seeing
I
Mitchie.
think-
Kept giving me the
I think he was
look, and-
qualified or in a spot where maybe he had qualified or and got shuffled out on something. I just remember his name popping off. I think
Let
he
me look.
spun
I
out.
still
or
got
what
the
happened to him.
DQs, I think.
But anyhow,
Maybe
yeah,
you don't.
DQs. That's a whole other
There's
subject
Dilly
too,
Dilly.
as well.
Can you see these? Look at there he is,
celebrity.
chewing.
He's
chomp,
everywhere.
chomp, chomp,
Yeah.
chomp, chomp.
That's when he was good in a stock car.
What was his car number?
12. Mitch Bielenberg.
That's Dilly Dilly being interviewed by Paul Berger. You don't see that happen a lot.
No.
So Super Nationals, we had 1,036 cars. We broke records in multiple divisions on car counts.
Stock car, 266. Last year we had 260. Hobby stocks, we had 168. The record prior was, I think, 150 something. And then mod lights, we had 78. 71 was a previous record. So
Yeah, it's so interesting when you see that stuff happening because it almost you can almost predict it by the way that you look at how the division is going on a weekly basis leading up to Super Nationals. And the hobby stocks for some reason have made a little bit of resurgence this year. I think
I love the hobby
last 2
stocks.
years. They have.
people everybody wonders why that is. I have my opinion. I think it's because it's a less expensive race car. It doesn't have racing tires on it. I think there's some key things in hobby stocks
There's 80 Smiths,
that draw
those kind of things.
that draw racers either into it or back to it. But look at how much momentum the mod lights have got going. It's been a very, very good addition to IMCA as an association. And then stock car racing. Stock car
And
racing.
don't forget the Boys of Summer. I like when you do that.
Late models.
Boys of Summer. And you play
late
that.
models
model
put
race
on a
was
great
great.
show there.
Yeah.
Every
They
main
almost-
events was good though. Every
Yeah.
single one was fantastic. This
Was
year.
too.
Saturday night's big dances. We had some.
Had to feel for
absolute
Mikey Smith
epic
because he was
feature events.
on his way, wasn't he, to get that job done? And what did he cut a tire down? Remember Mikey in the hobby stock? Smith?
Yeah, he had.
Remember he got
Yeah, he had a tire go down.
He had a tire. That's
He had a
Well,
tire go
that's
down.
the way I was saying it. I know, because the winner even credited that situation that he saw that coming, and
It seems to me like Saturday night when we get into those final features. I'm trying to watch those races, but there's always something that pops up that pulls me out of the infield, and I have to go run an errand or do something. Like one year, the Diesel ran out of the jumbotron, and so I'm like trying to get
that happened again this year. That's happened before.
No, that was just an example. That happened with the year during the stock cars, if I remember correctly. I missed the stock car feature when you had Sobbing and Seaford.
I didn't see Sobbing this year.
all
Was
that
Jesse
stuff.
there?
He's had some
He's had
health
some
issues.
medical,
Oh, I hope he's okay.
procedures.
Well, the end of the
And
stock car feature wasn't worth watching. This year.
Then this year, the hobby stock was the one I missed. I missed that.
Oh, the hobby
literally-
stock?
Yes, I literally had to run into the pits. I ran into the pits, and I walk up to the work area when they're getting ready to restart that race, and you had Olmsted up there, you had Mike Smith up there, Ballard was up there. They were all up there, right? And so it's getting ready to restart, and I ran back and grabbed my wife. She was
You grabbed her?
Did she just have her underwear on?
just getting gas.
Was she out of gas? Is that why you had to go over there?
She was finishing. she was finning us. She'd had enough of selling T-shirts at that point. After 8 days of it, she was ready to be done with it. So I was grabbing her, and I turn around, and Olmsted's getting black flag. Smith's got a flat tire. I'm like, what the hell happened? I missed it. How do I miss this?
And it was put so eloquently into words by the winner.
By the
Remember?
winner.
Yeah.
No, that's how he drives. That's how
Yeah,
he drives. I knew it was coming.
I knew it was coming. I know that's how that guy drives.
Hey, it's the Super Nationals. It's the A feature. It's the big dance of the Super Nationals. All those features,
Right.
are serious. And look at how our stock cars played out. I don't
And
think you
isn't
could
that the
have
most
scripted a
popular
better
win you've
stock
had in
race.
recent memory for
I
stock
don't
cars?
think I've heard a crowd cheer as
that
loudly
thing
and booing
was-
as they did when Kelly
There's a guy that
Shryock
had the
won stock
spicy
car
cough
feature.
last year and come back to win the Super Nationals.
All I know is
Remember
when
Kelly was just about dead with COVID last year.
last year.
He's like, don't shake my hand.
He's like, don't shake my hand.
He goes, I'll give Brett a hug, but don't shake
Get
my
away
hand.
from yeah.
I'll
Get
give
away
Brett a
from me.
hug, but don't
touch me. But yeah, like this year, we did driver intros for the stock cars across the new concrete pad that we put out there, which is pretty popular too.
Love the pool, by the way.
Yes.
Wade's been talking that
Wade's
up.
been talking about that pool all week
Next year.
long.
So
The Pella driveway was nice, though. It was like, why do you
Yeah.
call it a Pella driveway? It's like, well, every house in Pella has $1 million driveway. That's the Pella driveway. A little bit of
good,
Pella
huh?
and Boone.
looks good. So Shryock came across it, and I shook his hand. I said, I'll never forget this. I said, Kelly, I said, you've got one of, if not the fastest stock car here. That's true.
Yeah.
And I said, I personally think you're going to win this race. And he goes, oh, Jesus, don't jinx me. Don't say that. Don't say that to me. I'm like, listen, and not only that, but if you win this race, this place is going to go fucking crazy. That's exactly what I said to him.
Hey, whoa.
Oh, you said the
I
word.
said
the one word that we
How you
haven't.
open the door for that word?
No
I-
kidding.
Excuse me,
yeah.
Gus.
But I said it. It's my rules.
Game on.
I said it as my rules.
So I said bonkers, not crazy. I said this place is gonna go absolutely fucking bonkers. and he said, "Oh, geez, don't say that. Don't jinx me. Don't jinx me." I'm like, "It's just saying." That's it had that feel. I'm telling you, the race had that feel, And so then how it played out. I mean, that is one of our best stock car races ever at the Super Nationals.
Well, it's like
hands down. The way that played out with you've got McBurney, a local guy who's got a bad fast stock car. You've got Dallin, Dallin there who's won
Won
the
it
event.
twice, yeah.
Who's got a bad fast stock car. You got a whole field of bad fast stock cars, except Dylan Thornton, who won it last year. He didn't make it this year for some reason. But then you got Shryock there, and that restart when McBurney kind of decided to take it to 2, and Shryock got in the lead at that point.
Oh, the duck phone.
The duck phone's ringing, Jersey Shore.
Similar to the bat phone, but not.
Yeah. When that happened and Shryock got in the lead, I'm like, I don't think he's going to get past back as fast as he was. But, man, Dallin sure made it a race there on that last lap.
You could just
It was
watch.
epic.
You could watch the people just when the white flag come out. They were,
yep.
and then they come down the back straightaway, and they were side by side in the grandstand. I mean, everybody's on their feet. And
I have never heard a crowd that loud.
Yeah, I hadn't.
Oh, it was
that moment
crazy.
just took on a life of its own. It was just.
I think there's people that don't like Kelly that were cheering for Kelly.
Yeah.
Was
he's-
Dallin pissed at McBurney, not Kelly? Is that how that played out? Because Dallin was really PI 55. Was it?
I think it was.
I think he was more frustrated.
Yeah, just in general.
Just
What do you
Frustrated.
expect when you get?
And then he went to turn down, right? But was it McBurney going to the tech or something, and they kind of almost made contact after the race?
Oh,
You know,
Kelly
on the-
was turning to come
Him
in.
and Kelly.
right? Yeah, it was
made
Kelly.
contact.
Yeah. All makes for a good story.
I'm
It
still.
had that day
When they don't care when they get beat like that, then you got a problem.
Yeah.
And I just thought that was a great race.
Kelly and I were talking about it at Spencer, and I said, the only other thing that had that much epic was the Dale Earnhardt win at the Daytona 500. Because he's been, he's always tried to come do that thing in a modified.
Yeah, he
Then
has.
in a stock
He's
car.
got
He's just,
bridesmaid an awful lot at Super Nationals, an awful lot.
Yeah.
If anybody deserves to win the Super Nationals, who's been there for as long as they've been, it would be Kelly. And when he won, I told Jim, I was like, Jim was giving hats. I was like, hey, let me give this him the hat. So I gave Kelly the hat in Victory Lane. I said, I told you so. He goes, you did.
I
And
picked
Wade,
it
I
the
just
night
want
before.
you to know,
Yes, Jim.
It was
I
awesome.
sped up the hat process for you.
Thank you. It does take a little while, doesn't it? You have to
No,
admit.
I sped it up just for you, Wade.
Thank you, Jim. I appreciate that. Kelly said one thing to me I didn't like. Who's that clown that came out with the Cyclones flag?
oh, Mike Juergens.
So
That's Brett's buddy.
So I go back in. I go back into the pits, and Shryock goes, "Hey, did Juergens catch up with you?" I was like, "How does get sound?" Clearly, he's a Cyclones fan, Shryock, right? Strange people. Anyway, you're looking at me like that, Brett. You didn't look at me like that over breakfast when your wife was going to Casey's in her panties.
Hey, I was happy Iowa State beat Iowa. I think it's funny as shit. It's just my opinion.
Not to change the subject back, but no, I'm just saying, you were talking about Kelly Schrack, so I looked up his modified stats. You know, you said he's been so close. He's got 8 top 10 finishes and 17 appearances in the dance. And 17 appearances is second most to John Logue all time.
Right.
And we know Logue won that thing 5 times. So.
Yeah, Shryock probably finished second at least 3 times.
He got 2 seconds, a third, 2 fourths, and a
Close.
fifth.
I was close.
Yeah, he's
See,
He's
there's
got a
nothing
lot
wrong
of
with
top
your
fives.
stats, Ryan. You had one night where I highlighted
And-
how good you are at that, and then it all just turned to shit.
it went to shit. That was the late models.
Go back to those years in the modified too. Every time Kelly's finishing second, third, or fourth, he's selling an engine to the claim too.
Yeah.
You know, so again, there you have a racer that is been up there in those circumstances now that racers I think don't even understand. But Kelly was there. He's lived it from almost the day the Super Nationals started. He's been one of those guys, and again, to see him win a record car count for stock cars in our stock car division, the way that he won it, I just think it's cool as hell. It's just such a cool event. It just sums up Super Nationals.
The first time he qualified was 1988. That was the first time he qualified. That's just
When was Dylan Thornton even born?
He's in the production suite.
Yeah. I was going to say, I thought it was 01.
2001. That was one of the years that Kelly Schrack finished runner-up in the mod.
There you
mod
go.
dance.
Yeah, crazy.
That was the year after we thought the world was going to end when the computers clicked over to 2000.
Yeah.
Y2K.
Remember? We're all like, oh, my God, planes are going to fall out
Yeah.
of the sky when they're in the air. And
Yeah.
what was the best food we
Crazy.
got given this week, most importantly? Let's list through them. The chili. The
Chili was
homemade
good. I like the tenderloin.
the tenderloin.
The
Oh, that
tenderloin
was
from
huge.
the Bomleys and the
That was the
Yeah.
tenderloin.
little
Might
Team
have been
Shocker
my
back
favorite.
there was good.
All those things that go on the pits like that, where you've just got people that
The steak, the Sarneski steak was off its head.
I don't know how
Yeah,
people
the
get that
fillet
stuff
steak.
through the.
well, look at our pit party that Van Eden putting on.
I never did eat any
baby
of
back
that.
ribs and pulled pork. I
Yeah,
mean,
that was good.
When was that?
That was Sunday when
Sunday
you were there.
night. We announced it during a farm session, and Lottie even said to me, he goes, "What the hell are all those people standing in the pits over there for? There's this big old line." That went
Oh
down
yeah,
the
you could see
pit
it.
road.
I'm like, there they are. They're lined up
Like
for.
they're getting free food.
Speaking of Van Eaton, wasn't he the drone through the stock car
Yeah,
guy?
he was.
Tried to-
That was
Yeah.
epic. The way he just kept tossing it back out onto the hood. There you go again. Vroom, back through.
Remember when the drone
goes.
killed
Didn't kill.
maimed
Bernadette.
maimed Bernadette?
Prayers for Bernadette.
Prayers.
So she made it all the way to Pacific, Missouri, and then she got gangbanged by some
Good Lord.
by some rat rod people, and that's where she stayed. She didn't make it out of.
So she's now a.
You don't have her
She
anymore.
lives in Missouri now. Is what you're
Well,
saying.
lives is an interesting word. I think at the moment she's just situated.
And we could talk Super Nationals for hours. We do talk Super Nationals for hours, but it's just so many cool stories from the stuff that we've already mentioned to even the things like the penalty box, which is kind of taking on its own little
Oh yeah.
identity as well at the event. You know, I'm laying in bed usually when
Josh sends you the
Josh sends
text.
me the text because I'm not in tech. I don't think I was in tech once this year. I get the tech on the DQs. He gives me the penalty box, and I copy it and put it on our private Facebook page for Super Nationals.
So
So
53 roughly. I might have missed one or two. 53 penalties or DQs.
How many penalty boxes
Yeah.
did you see on the Snapchat?
yeah, well, we aren't going to go there.
That was fun.
I don't even want to know.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
There's
No,
a lot.
you
Let's just
don't.
say there's a lot of people going to get gas on that page.
no.
You know, one of the best records that we broke this year?
What's up?
You only asked 9 people to move vehicles.
I
this year.
know.
You didn't even mention Chevrolets. I don't think I even heard you
There
say
were no
Chevrolets.
Lamborghinis or
Lamborghinis.
Yeah, you didn't have to because there's only 9 times we had to
people
ask
were
people to
mindful of
move.
proper parking this year.
And
Either
the ones
or-
that weren't mindful got tickets from the city of Boone.
It's so interesting to me because you go back like a handful of years and there's just all the crap that was going on with people, the things that people were doing. It seems to me a lot of it is, in my opinion, just destructive to the event. From just destroying porta potties to just tearing up the pit area, dumping trash cans everywhere. Just the stuff that we've had to deal with. It just seems to me like it's all kind of calmed down. Like the people that are coming to Super Nationals understand.
We're all getting older.
Yeah,
We're
maybe
too
that's
late
it.
to-
Maybe that's it. But they just seem to. It seems to be not a. It's still fun. The setting is still fun. There's still a lot of good times in the pits
You
after
don't
the
see
races
people
are
driving
over.
through garbage cans.
But the
or
stupidity
porta
has
potties,
somewhat stopped, and I do think that some of that comes with the pit vehicle position that we've taken and identifying who's on them and stuff like that. I think the people that come to the Super Nationals to enjoy the Super Nationals are enjoying the Super Nationals, and they're also putting on a great show. I think the people that in the past that have come to destroy the Super Nationals have quit coming because we stopped some of that stuff.
And
I
part
just
of-
thought overall everything went really smooth from start to finish.
I really thought Andy Ratajczak did a great job. I didn't make visits there, but from what I heard, entertaining the people after the races, and I think that helps a lot.
It does. It gives people something
Give
to
them
do.
something to
I
do.
was a
and-
frequent flyer there. I had
Comment.
discounted.
Yeah, you were.
I had discounted admission that way. Maybe that's why I'm so tired.
That situation that's on the camera right now that we're reviewing, if you can see that situation then with the brown Sharpie incident, the drone shot of that, I show so many people.
Epic.
This shot right here, this where they're following it and they capture the whole thing. Jerry, you know I get to work with Dirt Vision and Flow and all the biggies and down in Australia as well. Not because we're all sitting here, but because we're all sitting here. There's no harder working streaming and broadcast team in the world of dirt racing than IMCA TV.
Yeah, Nate does a fantastic job. He
That
doesn't get
team
enough,
that
enough
just
credit.
It's amazing, isn't it, mate? Like
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Like honestly, those guys they're up all day, every day, and you come to them with an idea. Like they were practicing flying that pizza box when I first saw them on the Saturday. The Unabombers, they were going to fly a Casey's Pizza into me, and I said, "Hey, can we see whether maybe Bernadette could fly?" And then everyone just goes, "Yep, let's do it. Yep, let's do it."
I wondered who come up with that.
Well, it was the Unabombers are just into anything, aren't they? Like
Yeah.
they're just
The
they're just
pizza's a good
phenomenal.
idea, though.
Yeah.
They should fly a porta potty into you in there is what they should do.
Maybe a pool.
Maybe a pool.
Was that Dilly just giggling in the background? Did I just hear Dilly just giggling?
Fly
Oh
a
my
porta potty. We
God.
can try that next year.
And-
They make those really big drones. We could get the ones you stand on, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, there's
Lee Majors.
You
there's
could
like,
bring a whole harem of
We could
flamingos
hire
into
Lee
you.
Majors
I mean,
to
they
stand
crop
on it and
dust.
fly it
They,
in.
yeah, they crop dust with
Ryan hanging
drones.
from it.
Yeah.
Nate,
I
can we
seen
do
it.
that? We can do that, Nate, can't we?
I don't think Lee Majors catches my attention these days.
He probably has a son, doesn't he?
Wow's right.
Wow.
But he's a good-looking guy.
I like
He
the
was
show. I
back
like
in
the
the
show
80s.
that Sean Neisted did this year. What was that?
Oh, the-
and Benny Dethridge.
Oh,
That was
the
cool.
pre-race
Yeah.
or the mid-race.
That was a
yeah.
good innovation.
Studio break.
I think
Yeah, that
Pre-show.
was the
A lot of really cool things on IMC.
the Wahoo Swearfest. So you know how Gustin, I thought I calmed him down. I thought Gustin's behaving. There's a reason for this, right? He's like, no, please let me talk. I need to thank some people. But then I spoke to Wahoo off the mic real quick, and I said something to him. I said, oh, even Gustin's behaving. He goes, yes. He's told me if you interview me, I have to say the C word. So what he did was he just hey Wahoo, the Aussie loves it when you say the C bomb.
That's the other word you can't say on the podcast.
That's the one word we
Oh.
can't say on the podcast.
That would probably be worse than the one that,
Oh, yeah.
by far.
that Brett just said.
Yeah, that one, right?
Oh, wow.
It is out of the bag.
Yes.
The F word,
You can,
frisbee.
you can edit that out.
Yes, I found this
just
nice
want to
frisbee.
say,
Have to
That
take
is a
all
nice
those out
frisbee. Is that what the guys threw when they
maintain our
walked from the modified?
PG rating.
Did they throw frisbees?
They threw some.
Yeah, they do. Some white ones. We bought some white frisbees so from the sign.
Got to say, hot chocolate with the marshmallows was my favourite.
Marshmallow.
That was my food of the
Marshmallow.
Nationals this year.
It's good stuff.
you,
Yeah.
you sold a lot for the
Yeah, the
concession
minute I
stand.
said that, people just
All
come
I
like,
know is
"Ooh."
I go in the next morning.
Yep.
And Danielle goes, you need to make sure we have hot chocolate when you say, I go, I didn't say it. She goes, they all come down there. We had been out for 10 minutes when he's talking about it.
They came running down. It's
Did
kind
they
of.
have any marshmallows left?
Why is that funny? Why is that funny? Why does everyone laugh when I say marshmallows?
Marshmallows.
Marshmallows. It's especially good with peppermint schnapps in it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Little holiday drink there.
It's good stuff.
interesting that you mentioned alcohol
I want to turn that a little bit so it's facing the camera.
like that bit there. Well, can I just, Nate? Can you just come on, bring it in? Come on, bring it in. Because Dilly's inside the bottle. Not this one, of course, but
I bet he was inside a few bottles after he won 2 main events at Boone.
if he had won another race, he might have had a few bottles in him. Was that going to be that kind of party?
Yeah, many things.
We can ship this now to you, by the way. So we got 38 states we can now ship this to. So there's a good chance that your state is on it. So if you get across methanolmoonshine.com for me, put in where your address is, we can ship the IMCA bottles to you and make your own bottles for you.
So before we move off Super Nationals and Wade's promo,
Is that a shameless plug? Is that what that is?
with the Wade's advertisement, we need to get.
Don't panic. I'm just
Oh,
going to put
I
it
know
there.
what you're gonna do.
Jeez.
Take a bird. on my
Awfully. Look at that. Look at that. He's like he's in Florida.
Pretty bird.
In Cuba. I wonder whether he knows Bath.
Before we get off Super Nationals, because again we can talk about Super Nationals forever, but we do have a special guest, and he won 2 features this year, 1 feature last year, right? Did I get that
Yep.
right?
Yeah. He's won 3 main events.
Before he
in the
comes
last-
in, here's some gum. Come on, we all got to chew gum.
Need to be prepared.
If Dilly Dilly's-
I'm leaving. I'm gonna go. Dylan was coming to town because he won a crate. Well, he got a crate
that was
engine.
Ryan. Sorry.
General Motors is part of their contingency program with us when we auction off the winner's engine. We replace it with a crate engine from GM, and so I have Dylan's crate still, and he was coming to town to pick it up. And I'm like, hey, we were doing our podcast at 11. Why don't you just come then? So he said only if Wade's going to be here. I thought that was.
We all know he didn't say that.
He did say that. I didn't make that up.
So I'm saving a piece of gum, so you're going to need to leave that one for him. Let's see if he eats it, because he was chewing gummy bears before when he walked in.
Is he out of gum?
Yeah, I got to go in 16 minutes too. Will you come back
Right.
in when I leave? We got to drive to.
but we'll get Dylan in here.
Springfield.
We get Dylan in here. I'll step out for a couple of minutes.
This
and
is
you
brought
guys
to you
can
by
talk to Dylan.
Spearmint. Go and get
Ask
some.
him good questions. Don't ask him no dumb stuff.
Oh, jeez.
Ask him cool stuff.
He's in the wrong place for that.
Like, see if he can get his setups.
Like
I
if his
picture-
Oh,
girlfriend.
you want his setup?
Yeah, see if he'll tell his setups. Like,
Does
what's
his
shocking?
girlfriend
What-
drive
what-
to Casey's in her underwear? Is that a
tell
good
me-
question?
Is that a
Tell me what you have for a base valve in your right front shock.
Wow. Let's talk
I
about
took
sex,
pictures.
baby.
I took pictures of his tires and posted them on social media. And he's like, you could have at least covered up the bird cage. I'm like, there are no secrets in IMCA. If you
Got your gum ready?
if you're gonna come to the Super Nationals, you can expect us to take pictures of your race cars.
Are you chewing this?
Post
Yeah,
on
as soon as
social
he steps in the chair, we're all gonna.
Yeah, I'm gonna get
It's
out
like
of
a bit
here.
of a victory salute, right? Dilly dilly. Hold it. You can't start till we all got to do it on. It's like doing a shot together. Come on. I know it's not your preferred brand because it's not like Super Hacks. Just chew the gum, bitch.
It's the
You
wrong
ready?
flavor.
Oh, will you? Prima donna.
There you go.
You ready? Cheers. Here's the dilly dilly.
I never chew gum unless I'm racing.
Well, guess what? Now you're bench racing. Hi, dilly.
Hi. What's this thing all about?
Anything new? What's going on?
Touch it. See what happens.
Should be some sound effects on there.
Oh, is there? Can you do sound effects?
That's kind of cool.
Wow, I didn't know that was over there.
So how's your week? How's your week been since?
That's what it sounds like from the seat of your stock car most of the time all week.
Ooh, wow.
I did, yeah.
That's the sound of the Dylan Thornton fan
Yeah,
club
that was
meeting.
embarrassing.
Yeah, what happened there?
I don't know. We caught on fire. I've never caught on fire before.
That's because you didn't tighten the valve cover down.
That was cool.
I
So
looked
he
at it and I
won
seen you
two-
bailing out. I'm like, what is
There you
going
go.
on?
No,
So he won 2 main events, and we're going to focus on the stock car. Is that what we're doing here?
They yelled at me that I was on fire. I'm like, well, shit. All right. We'll get out.
Should have got out like Ricky Bobby and Red.
I've
Bull.
never had to
There
get
he is.
out.
Look at him zipping up his suit. He was zipping up his salty suit.
Oh,
He gets a little salty sometimes, Dilly Dilly.
That's how I don't catch on fire.
Wearing his suit zipped
Mm-hmm.
up.
Will prevent you from burning up.
Him zipping up the suit prevents the fire.
That's how I don't catch on fire. I mean, the car can catch on fire.
I think we know the difference between. Look at the dog. How's your girlfriend going? How's she dealing with this whole, Super Nationals, your famous thing?
Your new celebrity status.
Yeah.
She's taking it tough.
Is she? Everybody wants a little piece of Dilly.
Shirt sales through the roof.
Yeah?
Yeah, when's the shirt coming out?
I don't know. Soon. They're designing it.
Are they?
Yeah.
We could do a deal with a moonshine bottle and a Dilly Dilly shirt.
There you go.
How's it been the week removed? Have you had a chance to let it soak in, or
Yeah, it was cool.
You're over it
the
now?
next day we went racing, so you kind of had to move on. But it was cool. It was a long week. A lot of text messages and calls, and my phone blew up for like a week straight. But it was cool.
So did Ryan's.
with success come the messages?
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah. Everybody had something nice to say. That's the coolest part.
Anybody that you got a message or a comment from that you didn't expect?
Did your brother Ricky Thornton send you a message?
He
That's
did,
his cousin.
Cousin Ricky did say something. No, I wouldn't say that. I'll say I didn't get a text message from a few people I would have expected.
Oh.
It's kind of
Oh,
funny.
this is good.
We're not going to name.
Don't do any
Don't name
names.
names.
Initials are fine, but no names.
How do you know these people?
It's funny. It just
The first 3-time champion.
there's some butthurt people out there. I'll put it that way.
That you won?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
But hurt.
Uh huh.
Why? I would think that they would. Well, they're not true friends if they're not going to celebrate in your success
Oh yeah.
with you.
Yeah. That's their problem, not mine.
First 3-time champion, though, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. That
3
was
different divisions.
Yeah. I wish we could have done it in the same year. That
Don't
would've
forget
been
Sport
badass.
Compact next year, right?
Or Mod Light.
No, Sport Compact first. That's more glamorous.
I don't think I could drive one of those.
We're about to find out.
Well, we watched the beginning of your career. We didn't think you could race anything. And you've come a long. You've come a long way, Dylan. No, you've come a long way. No, I'm kidding. No, like I said in Boone, you did a lot of racing over here with Colin Hibden. I think he found success sooner than you did here, and he's made a name for himself up in North Dakota. But man, what you've done the last few years is it's unprecedented. I mean, it's just a cool thing.
Yeah, it was cool.
Who would have thought a stoner from California would go so well in the
Stoner?
Midwest?
What?
All Californians are stoners, man.
No, they're not.
Really?
No, believe it or not, there's more Republicans in California than you'd think.
Do you know how many Californians it takes to change a light bulb? 2, one to change the light bulb, the other one to relate to the experience.
What?
Just go along with
So
it.
let's get back to who didn't congratulate you, Dylan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
initials.
You open that bag up.
Just initials.
No, we're not saying names. No names.
No,
they know
no,
who
just
they,
initials.
The best
We'll
part,
guess.
they know who they are. That's the best
But we
part.
don't.
Were they at the event?
Well, yeah. One of them wasn't, but
Oh, this is good. We're
How
getting
many
closer.
are
We're
there?
homing
How many
in.
people were you?
there's three. There's
Three?
Okay, hometowns only. Okay, hometowns.
I don't know their hometowns actually.
Racing numbers?
No.
But just one number of the 2 digits.
No, we're not going to go there. They know who they are. That's the best part.
Yeah. They have to deal
It's
with
not the best part. The best part is us
Is this-
knowing. Tell me, I won't tell anyone.
They know that they're jealous.
Oh, they know they're jealous. Why does it matter? Why is it so cool to win Super Nationals? I want people outside this sport to understand that.
My gum has already lost flavor. That's why I don't chew this gum. But I'll tell you why.
Jeez, Pete.
I think it's cool because, I don't know, I always thought it was, believe it or not, I had never even heard of the Super Nationals.
I believe it. I hadn't either before 2021.
Well, in 2020 was like the first year I was racing this summer. I had heard about it in 2019, and I kind of paid attention to it and like watched what it was and saw how cool it was. And, people were always, that was when Facebook Live first came out. So people would like Facebook Live the race. That's how I watched. I watched all night on Saturday on someone's Facebook Live in 2019.
Ooh,
And I thought it
a
was
Long
the
Acre
coolest
Products
thing
live
ever.
look-in? Was that what it was?
Somebody was
sponsored.
somebody was standing on the catwalk. I thought it was the coolest thing ever.
Somebody had a portable phone charger with them.
They
that year.
stood up there all night, filmed everything. I thought it was great. But anyway, when I came out
Can we
there,
have their name?
no names. I don't name names.
Jeez.
In 2020, I just thought it was cool because I had never, I didn't know what to expect. I'd raced there all summer, and like when you pull in the pit gate at a weekly night, you turn right about half a mile sooner than you do at Super Nationals. And so like I pulled in for Super Nationals and on the prelude day, totally expecting to turn right there, and I'm like, whoa, like that's not where you
Whoa,
turn.
there's a
You got to go way down there. There was just cars and trailers everywhere and people everywhere. And that year sucked. It rained like
Oh, that
almost
was the year?
every day.
That was 19, yeah.
20.
Or 20.
It rained almost every day. It sucked. But it was still fun. There was just people everywhere, and I thought it was super cool. The amount of people that were there to watch and stuff like that. Then obviously every year after that, there was like a bucket list race just because of how many people. I think it's just so cool how many people are there that like love it.
How do you rate the Thursday night wildlife experience, Dilly?
Thursday night wildlife experience.
Yeah.
The methanol moonshine stage.
Well,
Is that-
you can't blame me for that. My banner is there, and I'm appreciative of it. But
And so are
Believe
your
it or not.
slushies, and so are you.
Believe it or not, I haven't attended one of those.
take back your Super Nationals crowns. If you're not there at some point, you're not there, right?
Well, typically Wednesday on is race time.
really?
Focused.
Yeah. Yeah, we're there to race.
What were we doing there then? Although Jerry wasn't there till later.
No, I showed up at the
We
end.
would hang out. We hung out each night for maybe an hour, but we're there to race.
Oh,
Not to like
You went down just to take in, just to
Yeah.
see what was going
Yeah,
on, rather than be a
well,
part of it.
Go out and talk to your friends and stuff like that. But the other thing is you got to realize, well, when you're racing, like, especially if you're in a feature or whatever, you're late at night or qualifying for the All-Star race or whatever, you race till the end of the night, you know, midnight, 11 to 1 a.m. is that window where you're done racing. Well, everybody at that stage started drinking at 8. So like to join
In
in,
the morning.
late, yeah, in
In
the
the morning.
yeah. So
You're 8
so,
laps
like,
down. Yeah, I
so
get
to
it.
join in late, it's not the same.
It's like walking into a bar late. You don't want to
Yeah,
be the
you don't
sober
walk
guy
into-
in a crowd
You don't
of
walk
drunks.
into a bar sober at midnight.
That's very true.
We
So
did.
it's not the same thing. Plus, it's not. That's
In
not
Des
what we're
Moines,
there
we
for.
did.
Yeah.
That's not what we're there for anyway. But it is cool. You see it all on Snapchat the next day. You don't need to see it in person.
That's
Sometimes
true.
you see too much on Snapchat
Sometimes
the
you
next
see a
day.
little too much.
Once
When,
again,
when,
a bit-
when
a
Brett
bit-
was talking about how the Portaloos don't get knocked over anymore and stuff, I was like, I'm pretty sure I saw that on the Snapchat.
Yeah, those.
Big shout out to Jimmy Cole for the
For the entertainment.
entertainment.
Yes.
Well, between that and the golf cart races, they don't do that nearly as much as they used to.
Oh, well,
No, there's
They don't tell us to park it anymore, so that's how you know they don't do it.
because everybody's calmed down.
yeah, it's really. It's
That was
used to be-
I think a
it
lot of
used to
that,
be a
though, is the
problem.
prelude. I mean, the prelude just makes people tired. 2 late nights of racing, and people just, yeah.
It used to be a problem. Now it's not.
Sunday night used to be the wild night.
Well, yeah, because they used to never race on Sunday.
Right.
All BS aside, though, which I don't like saying that, but Dillo, you have done a phenomenal job in the short time that I've got to know you. And we were talking before about you always present well, mate. You're always clean cut. You always mind what you say and how you say it. You're always grateful and you're humble and you're thankful. And I think you kind of got, not looking in any particular place when I say this, but I think you got the package. Like, I think, Ryan, I looked straight at you and I didn't mean to look at you when I said that.
That's a little
but
TMI.
I did nothing. I've done nothing.
I just get a little
more.
salty. But, mate, you do a great job, man. Like, it's a credit to you. And you've got great people around you. And that's a big part of this. When I caught up with you at Marshalltown, Mo Vegas, and I showed him his moonshine bottle and stuff, there's a lot of people around you that believe in you. And you get to wheel the thing, but without all those other people, you got nothing.
Yeah, for sure. There's tons of people around. Shane's obviously my biggest help. He quit. Yesterday was his first day of his new job.
I saw him on the Snapchat.
Yeah, I had to
Brady
mop
was
the trailer floor. It was a joke.
So,
I'm looking for a janitor, if anybody's.
why? Are you that hard to work with?
No, when you working for a guy like me, I can't offer him a salary or nothing like crazy. So I pay him every week, but it's not like we're not talking $800 a week, So I pay him enough, and he lives with me. So like that's part of the pay. I buy his food.
Jesus,
when
that's
we go
part
out
of
to
the
eat.
that's part of the pay to live with Dilly Dilly.
Well, it's a way to pay somebody a cheap amount, So, and obviously
If housing
Pay-
costs are covered, that's pretty big. That's
That you think
It's
about
pretty
it. You
big.
Go
That's
rent
a
an
lot.
apartment. That's $1,000 anymore.
pay for his phone bill and stuff like that.
Gets
So
to
it's
watch
just
you
a-
walk around in your tidy whities and
It's
stuff
just-
like that. Is that a bonus?
It's just a way to have a cheap person to live with you. So, but it was time for him to. I mean, he's
yeah.
old enough now. It's time for him to get a job and start his life. You can't
baby's leaving the house.
You
huh?
let him out in the
can't
wild.
start a life working for me. So I don't blame him at all. It was just time to move on. He wants to race himself, so he can't afford to race working for me. That's for sure.
I know it's getting a bigger international fan base now.
You are?
They follow him in Australia. Or
Yeah.
where?
Oh, yeah. But even other countries as well, like, in the South Pacific and, like, yeah, in the Africas and stuff. They really love
IMCA
it.
TV will do that for you, Dylan.
Yeah, that's a global audience.
I heard about these things.
After you won the stock car dance last year, though, when you came back, you won the late models in one of the most thrilling finishes we've seen. And we've seen a lot of. Is there pressure? I mean, were you pressured to do well in a modified? Does that mount, or do you just go about your business? Because it seems like you're unfazed.
No, I felt more pressure in the late model actually, and I think the reason was because we went to Marshalltown earlier in the year, and I just wanted to win that race so bad. And that whole night, I looked like I had never drove a late model before. It was embarrassing. I got lapped by the guy we're racing for the points lead with. So
How many nights have you raced a late model?
I think just under 30, I think now. But I was really excited for that race, and I had to try to calm myself down and just, do my thing. And obviously, if anybody watched the race, halfway through the race, you'd have never thought I was winning. So that one was probably more nerve-wracking. The modified, not really. I kind of things calmed down and just waited for things to go my way all week long. Everybody always says boon luck, but you got to have boon luck, but you also have to have speed to back it up.
Sometimes you have to make your own luck. And
Yeah,
that last move down to 3 and 4, but you passed 4 cars within like 30 feet.
Yeah, that's correct.
Boon luck. Boon luck.
Yeah, the leader in 2 lap cars, one
Right.
big White Castle.
Yeah, that was well, it was the problem. It's not a problem, but after winning so many qualifiers and starting up front so many times, there's nothing acceptable but winning a qualifier. So I was willing to do whatever it took to win that qualifier, and obviously the racetrack started to get kind of one lane, and that was the opportunity that presented itself.
Had you finished a modified dance before?
Nope, not until this year.
Because 25th was your best finish. That was 3 years ago.
I've never made. I guess the first year I made it in 21, I think I was running in the top 5, and I drove off the top of the track on a restart, like in turn 3, like where you pull on. I like just drove. I don't know where I was going, and then somebody spun out in front of me the next lap, and I DNF'd. And then both years after that, I started in the front 2 rows, and I don't think I made more than 1 lap. In either.
Because you finished 32nd and
You'll know.
28th.
Yeah, I don't think I made more than one lap in either of them.
Yeah, prior to winning this year, your average finish
Oh,
in the
no.
dance was 28.3.
I got wrecked out last year at the end. I take that back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
And then you,
remember that.
You got
Then you-
boon. You
I
got
hit the
boon
flag
lucked.
stand.
yeah, you
got
hit the
boon
flag
luck.
stand.
Oh, that's right. I do remember that.
Yeah, it was kind of cool.
Yeah, you got boon
And then you
lucked.
hit a car.
Yeah. Yep.
And then you parked. Can't park there, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was all over the Snapchat.
Yeah.
Can't park there, bud. I gotta go. I gotta go.
All right.
Well, you go make sure you get the El Presidente to come back in. And
Yeah, I'll pass him in the hallway, probably in the bathroom, something like that. Or maybe he's at Casey's getting gas and his wife runs.
Where's he
It'd be
going?
hard to know.
what's that?
Where's he going?
I'm going to Springfield, Illinois.
Illinois.
Yep. And then I'm going to Greenwood, Indiana tomorrow, hang out with Danny Smith and Jack Hewitt.
And then you're going to be in Urbandale, Iowa tomorrow night.
Herbandale. I like it the way he says it.
Herbandale.
Herbandale. And then I go back to Knoxville, Friday, Saturday for Knoxville Late Model Nationals. And then I
We'll be there
go,
Saturday.
I get on the Big Bird back home on Sunday to
I
go
want to
home.
go. I want to go see a kangaroo.
Well,
All I have to do is buy a ticket.
we need
I mainly
to,
want to see a kangaroo fight. Another kangaroo.
Kangaroo boxing.
Jeez, you're a random dude.
Do they do that a lot down there?
Yeah, do they really? No. Do you see
this
kangaroos
all
a lot?
staged?
Kangaroos fight with cars a lot.
Do you see a kangaroo? Like kind of like when you're in Iowa, you see a deer. Is that like a kangaroo for Australia?
So
That's
my
awesome.
my son plays a lot of. I don't know if we're going to get this shot or not. But my son plays a lot of golf, and kangaroos love golf courses.
I want to see a kangaroo.
Well, we can arrange that. It's actually
Can
not.
you bring one
hard-
over next year?
Yeah, can you smuggle one in your bag?
Well, I'll ask Mitch Bielenberg.
What about a koala bear?
Look at this, a koala bear.
We just made first and we've received a standing ovation.
Oh wow.
So I don't know if you can get that NATO potato or not, but
All those kangaroos, they say, crikey, mate.
you can see all the kangaroos on the golf course there. They literally like come out, dozens and dozens and dozens of them on the golf course.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because they love the grass,
I wanna
not
see
because they
one.
love golf.
I want to see one.
All right, well, we need to make this happen. I got to go.
Could you ride in we could put him in a Joey pouch.
I think he needs to stay loyal to just the one pouch at this point, but I know where you're going with that. Thank you for everything. Thank you for everything.
Thank you, Wade.
Dilly, it's always good. It's always a pleasure to see you out there in my beautiful driveway that you pull into.
Let's see if we can get you a goodbye thing here.
Oh, he's going
Try
to.
to find the button.
This one right here.
Yeah, I was wondering how much something like this went for. $130,000. Get the fuck out of here. It's serious because it's very important.
No, I'm telling you.
Have you ever
I don't know how to.
Kangaroo would cost you $130,000.
They said, get the fuck out of here.
Ma, he said the F word too.
Oh, boy.
Well, it's open for business now.
I'm going to talk to you later. I'll see you at the Marsh Vegas later. I'll see you
Yes.
at Knoxville.
Yeah.
All right, sweet. I'm not working there, but having fun now. I'll just be
Yeah, we're racing on Saturday.
cause you problems. I'll see you later, Rhino.
I'll be around.
Thank you, Nate, for everything, and thank you everybody for Super Nationals. Thank you, IMCA. I love you guys, and I will travel safe, and I'll see you next time. Don't forget to leave the gate open.
We always leave the gate open for you.
Yeah. Ooh, Brett's gathering in the foyer.
In the-
Take me out. Take me out. All right, I take this. I take this.
Yeah, take all your stuff.
It's quite a
with you.
process for you, isn't
Well,
it?
yeah, look out, there's dogs.
You're not good at short goodbyes, are you?
Well, you know.
Sure.
Just the kick the table and the door. And
This guy's nuts.
It's tearing the place up. Now you see what we deal with for 8 days.
I got to walk through the zoo. Of,
Does that mean this is
dogs
over?
out. Well, of course, have it here to
No,
pull the
we've
plug
only
out.
just begun.
They want out.
Oh, only just begun.
Let him out.
We need some more comments from Dylan.
What do you need?
Your thoughts in that late model race? That was spectacular.
Yeah. I don't know. I was more annoyed with myself the whole race because I kept jumping the cushion and looking stupid.
You weren't pissed at another driver or anything like that.
In the late
Thought
model
anybody
race?
drove you dirty, anything like that.
No, not in the late model race. No. I mean,
Stock car race.
the biggest thing in the late model race was trying to like steer away from a lot of those guys.
Go ahead, caller. We have a caller on the line.
Hello. Hello, it's Basil. It's Basil here from Brazil. Not from Brazil. Where am I from again?
From Barcelona.
Barcelona. Dylan, I just want to tell you, you are such a sexy man. You have been voted the #1 Californian Iowan man, sexy man, in, where am I from again? Barcelona. I like to lay on the beach with you. Do you wear a banana hammock like Mr. Root, or you like wear a parrot smuggler? Which kind of bathing suit do you prefer?
None.
Oh,
I knew when he was leaving, this is something was going to
oh, he wear nothing on the beach?
The beach.
You
Just
take
like
your
beaches.
beach to the beach?
I don't go to the beach. I don't like sharks.
Not like you're Californian?
I don't like sharks. I don't go to the beach.
Oh, you don't like
He likes
sharks, and you like racing?
He likes the beaches on the beach.
Yes. I will take you to the beach on the beach, okay, Dylan?
Okay.
You are quite the man, and we love you in Brazil and Barcelona and Honduras. My friend Jorge, he like you from Honduras, too. Goodbye.
That's good.
Hola!
Goodbye.
I love you, Dylan.
Oh, what just happened?
See, listen, I don't watch the broadcasts, but so like I don't get to see that very often.
You don't get to.
Are you aware that
get-
stuff like that happens?
You're not aware of the callers.
No, sometimes you hear it in the pits. When you're in the pits and it's real quiet, you hear him go like make the little ringtone noise, and you're
Yeah.
like noise and say something.
Ring, ring.
Then you like perk up. It's a caller.
No, I usually can't hear nothing in the pits.
Oh,
They try to mute you actually.
that's fine.
What did I miss?
Mm.
Anything exciting?
Really, not much.
Not
Not
much.
a lot.
I found your soundboard thing. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, he did. He found
It
it.
is.
I just gave that one to him. To leave.
Yeah.
It needs updated.
They're
We need
too
to put
long,
some
actually.
Stuff in there.
They are actually.
It'll be quick little sound bites.
So what did you guys talk about?
We
Did you talk about him winning the race?
Yeah, we talked about
Talked
him
about
winning
him
the
winning.
race.
Did you get
Dylan
setups?
won't tell us who didn't congratulate him.
Yeah, he said lots of
for
people
winning.
told him, and he was some people that
You
he
never
thought
should have
did.
brought that up. You never should have brought
Yeah,
that
Jim won that. I mean, Jim will be on his deathbed. Who was the people, Dylan?
I can't say it, especially on the microphone.
You don't need to.
You don't need to.
They know who they are.
So they wouldn't congratulate you?
No, they just asked about the calls or whatever. I said I got a lot of calls and texts, and they asked if I had got any from people that I wasn't expecting to, and I said no. I said I actually didn't get some from a couple people I would have expected.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You can tell me later.
We'll send them a thank you. Or a non-thank you.
They're butthurt enough. They know.
What about setups? Did you tell any of your setups?
Every one of them.
Like what kind of air
You
pressure?
missed them.
Got to
air-
have straight steering wheel.
What kind of air pressure are you running in the right rear?
A lot.
Did you get a new steering wheel, by the way?
I did. I
Good,
had to
that's
get a
a
new
good
one.
deal.
Yeah, I ruined that one.
Yeah.
There's
What-
a lot
what
of
brand
people
tire,
on the
tire
internet.
softener do you normally run?
Depends. Super Nationals, you can run whatever you want. They don't test tires.
Wow.
He's on to us.
He's on to us, yes.
Damn it.
Tire testing is a joke.
You should just take tire tests and pay him next year.
I don't like tire testing.
Yeah.
I don't like tire testing for numerous reasons. I mean, in the late model world, I feel like tire testing is important, but it's frustrating tire testing because it's so far out of your jurisdiction. I feel like at the end of a race, if you run over something on the racetrack or, just certain liquids, I mean, it's all. It's 100, I mean, obviously, it doesn't happen
That's
that
a
often,
conspiracy, dear.
but 100% luck. I don't like tire tests.
It's a conspiracy.
I'm not a big fan of the 7-month tire test, but
pretty long.
otherwise, I think they serve a purpose in racing.
I definitely think that whenever you have to send results or send items to a lab, like fuel or tires or anything, to have them actually validate the results, there's a problem. It's too complicated at that point. But
Yeah, you
I
guys
don't-
used to just
it is
test
what
fuel.
it is.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Kirk and Dave are pretty good at testing fuel.
It doesn't
That's
take
not-
very long.
It doesn't. We're done with a dielectric meter pretty easily, within reason.
Take a sample in.
I mean, I feel like everybody has it figured out.
Hydrometer.
Yep.
There's like the things they check at Super Nationals that matter every year.
Yeah. Yeah.
They do an extensive test on the motors, obviously.
Yeah.
They can figure out what they need to find out.
And if you're running it, so does it upset you like that we take your Mullins crate and auction it and give you a one that's not
Yeah, I wish I
cheated?
could have bought back.
You
All
could
have to do
have.
is raise your hand
Yeah,
like
I
this.
just didn't.
Yeah. You've
Over
been to an
here.
auction before, right? Yep.
Over
It
here.
sucks.
Yep.
Sucks that I lost that
Over
crate
here.
motor. It really bothers me, actually.
How much did that motor go for?
7.
$7,000, way cheaper than I bought it for. I paid 16.
Good Lord.
I know. They're not cheap anymore, dude.
Mullins
For
charges
Mullins?
a lot.
Yeah. Cornet, actually.
Cornette.
Don Ott built this one.
Yeah.
I see you're wearing your Super Nationals hat you got for making the A main.
Am I? No. I don't know where that went. That kid. That kid.
He's
probably
wearing that
had-
hat in the picture. I'm
That
almost
kid.
certain.
It was this hat. That kid has no idea what happened when he got that hat.
All
So you
I
gave the
know
hat to a
is
kid?
Well, it's Jim's fault.
it's Jim's fault.
Because when we were at the gate, I was like, so what do we do with this rag? And all this is like, I don't care what you do with it. It's yours. And I'm like, okay, we're going through. And like those kids are all pumped. And they want, I mean.
Give it
if-
to me, give
I
it to
would
me.
They would have asked me to take my shoe off, give it to them, honestly. And they were asking for everything. The one kid asked for my hat. And I'm like, this one, like, you can't have this one. This one's mine. I was like, but you can take this one. And I handed him the IMCA hat. Their
You're
Speedway
supposed to
hat.
hand him the
the
frisbee.
I qualified
or the
hat that
towel.
Speedway makes, the custom
That's
one.
okay.
It says I qualified on it.
Yeah. I mean, I gave it away. That's on, that's on me.
Yeah,
Then
then we get down to the photo op or the when we're taking pictures, and Amy Ward, who's Tim's mother, said, "Tim don't have a hat." And I'm like, "Well, where the hell does hat go?" Well, Dylan took it. I'm like, "Why Dylan take
Why would I
Tim's
take
hat?" Well, Dylan gave his away. I'm like, "Why Dylan give his hat away?" Tim don't have a
it's
hat.
okay. It's okay. He got his
So
hat. I didn't need a hat.
So I took Dylan's hat and put it on Tim's head. You put that one on. What
Yeah.
does that say on it?
Hyperco.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
Spring
that's
sponsor.
secret.
Yeah, it's a good
Progressive right rear spring.
Not progressive, just probably better.
Oh shit.
Yeah, no hat.
How often has somebody won two of the A mains at the Super Nationals at the same event? Has that ever happened?
RT.
Thornton
Yeah.
did it.
Thornton.
The
Does it
same
ever
thing.
happen by anybody
Cousin.
without the last name
Yeah,
of Thornton?
not without the name Thornton. No.
Late
RT and
model.
DT.
And he did it once.
Yeah, I think it was 20. Was it 2020?
He was driving
2019.
Cooney's car in that.
It was
Yeah,
in
it was driving
2020.
Cooney's.
Can look it
It was funny. I got a text from Ricky. Like, I don't know when it was. It was during the Prelude. Man, I really wish I could come to Boone. I'm sure he didn't say it like that, but he did text me. I wish I could come to Boone. I said, I can't believe you're not here with a late model. He said he couldn't get one rounded up fast enough. But crazy.
fun.
He
Yeah.
might not have won if he'd have came.
Probably not.
And how are you two related again? We've asked this before, haven't we?
Long
My
distance
money still would have been on Thornton.
Exactly.
He's my 7th cousin.
Twice removed.
So you've won the stock car race, you've won the modified race, you've won the late model race of the Super Nationals, right? Am I correct on all that? If you guys asked this question, which one to me is the most memorable to you?
The modified, obviously. It's the
Mod-
last one of the night. There's a reason for it. It's the most prestigious, pays the most, a lot of cars. Stock cars obviously have a couple more cars, but I feel like the stock cars have a couple more cars, but the competition level's different, if that makes sense.
Sure.
Like, there's a little bit less modifieds, but there's more, like, good modifieds. That makes sense.
If you go back a handful of years, you're going to have people like Lottie especially say this is a modified show. Super Nationals is about modifieds. And it was for so many years. That's how it built the Super Nationals, is our modified division. It's kind of what got it in the right direction to where it's at today. But Super Nationals has become a lot more than that for us as an association, because again, all of our divisions are included. That we couldn't get Race Saver. We've got Race Saver going on at Eagle. The Southerns we tried having at Boone, and it couldn't get the car count because of the distance and the mileage involved with the racers who are competing in that class. Besides those two divisions, I mean, we're setting record car counts at the event, and even if you look at it, like, generally speaking, from a car count individually, each division compared to other events, I don't think there's too many other events that get the Super Nationals numbers. So
No, there's more modified or more stock cars, I think, than the Wissota 100 had in total.
yeah, thanks for pointing that out. We didn't have.
I mean, I'm not being a dick. I'm just saying. That's just.
we noticed those kinds of things,
That's
but we
just
get.
the. That's just
I
how the
never
race
look at
works.
stuff like that.
Jim would never say anything.
I don't
like
care either
that.
way. I just think it's just proves how badass Super Nationals is.
I'm thinking
Yeah.
next year, Dylan, how about you go to Eagle, like on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and try to win it in a Race Saver sprint car, then come to Boone.
Then we can get him a helicopter.
I was at
trip.
Eagle on Sunday actually.
You
Yeah.
did. You went from Boone right to Eagle
Yeah. Well, they picked me up and I
to
slept.
race your late model. Did you fly in a helicopter or did you have to drive?
Nope, they picked me up and I slept
Oh,
on the couch. It's nice actually.
I think they should have flown you in a helicopter.
I think so too. That would have
It's
been
more
more.
impressive.
Kais have that kind of money. They can
They
spring
can't.
for a
Tell
helicopter.
Ricky next time, and Brenda, tell him next time.
No
you
shit.
want
Brenda's
a
a car owner.
Yeah.
Tell Brenda and Ricky next time that you want a helicopter.
I don't think they'll buy a helicopter.
Probably not.
It'd be fun though.
At least a jet.
Well, Spec 1. Jim could have sent
Yeah.
the company
Jim
plane
could've-
over.
Yeah, Jim could have sent Spec 1 over in.
I don't know about that.
Jim's the one with all the money. He has so much money that he lives on a remote place. Doesn't even want to come here.
Yep. Pretty much.
That's his backyard right there.
That's it.
Not the one with the bolts.
Yeah, I just travel the world. Merritt, Michigan. And
Yeah, we ran into each other. No, we ran into each other at Crystal first.
Yeah, you were way over
Yeah.
there.
That's far away.
I almost,
How many
I almost
races do
was
you have
gonna
this year?
catch a ride with
Are you
Dylan
keeping track?
instead of waiting for my airplane the
You
next
write it
day.
down?
Ryan's pulling it up. He's
No,
on it.
because you race a lot of non-sanctioned stuff. Too.
I just
Do you know
look
how many
at-
races you've raced this year.
I just look at my race pass. I'll tell you right now.
Oh, yeah, we do that too sometimes.
Let's see.
Especially if
Sometimes,
you're not-
well, it adds 2 races when you race 2 cars in one night. My
Oh.
race pass does.
well, it's
but-
technically 2 races.
Yeah, I mean, they got a
Right.
point. This says I've technically been to 130 events.
Good lord.
This year.
How many
Race.
days in the year have there been
But
so
it-
far?
35 sanctioned modified events, not counting Super Nationals.
Yeah, we can tell you the IMCA stuff. We just can't tell you all the other stuff because you're racing. You went over to Eagle and raced what? Did they have a Lucas Oil?
SLMR.
SLMR. Because is that the same car that you raced
Yeah.
at Boone?
Yep, I had to change a lot.
So you changed it all to
And then-
race at Boone, and they took the car back to Davenport, I assume.
Wheatland, where they live.
Where they live, yeah. It's over by Davenport.
Yeah.
Switch
then-
all that shit back.
Yep, Tyson, their crew chief.
Put the
switched it
little
all
engine back in.
No, a little bit bigger. We took the little one out.
Does it race different?
Oh yeah,
Does
I'm
it?
telling you right now, it's about twice the speed.
It's not twice the speed, but
It's a
it
lot
might
faster.
feel like it. The same tires though, isn't it? They're the same
Tire rule is the same. Yeah, so that's
I
nice.
think we're on the same LMT stuff that
Yeah, and you
the
can cut the
SLMR
factory
and
grooves.
even the World of Outlaws and Lucas Oil. I think they're all using a real similar tire. If I remember correctly, I try to pay attention to that stuff.
They are. It's just nice. It's nice. IMCA and SLMR. You can only cut the factory groove,
Right?
so it's like it saves a lot of time siping and doing all the other stuff you don't have to do.
Sure.
We can get rid of some tire grooving and some other.
How'd you do
classes.
over there on Sunday then?
8th.
8th.
I was tired.
You're tired. That's your excuse, and you're sticking to it.
Yeah, that's my
You just didn't get beat.
100%. No, I was tired. Did you hear that, Jim?
What's that?
We can get rid
He
of
woke
the,
him up from
if
his
we can
nap.
get rid of the tire grooving and some other divisions.
So where'd you finish at Eagle?
At 8th. Because I was so
Okay.
tired from grooving
You were
tires.
tired
all
at
week.
Eagle?
Had to groove tires all week. It wore me out.
So did I miss you guys talking about the Race Saver Nationals or the Southern Sport
don't
Line
wanna talk
Nationals?
No,
I
we
didn't
haven't
talk to
yet.
us.
We're
Haven't
trying to
talked
talk
about
it.
Dylan into racing the Race Saver National next year.
Have you ever raced a sprint car?
I've driven a non-wing sprint car. Never raced one.
Like around the parking lot or the pit area or what?
It seems to me like
sure.
like sprint car racing in general, like jumping out of a stock car or modified late model into a sprint car seems to me like, generally speaking, less people have success doing that versus the other way.
I want to race a midget.
For whatever reason, the cars must just race completely different.
I want to race a midget.
Those look like they'd be fun to race, light and overpowered, pull wheelies with it, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I want to do
Light.
that.
Yeah,
Chili Bowl coming up.
yeah.
You know, that'd be sweet.
Are you
let's
racing a
let's
Chili
buy
Bowl?
let's get an IMCA midget.
Are you racing a Chili Bowl?
You talked about that before, didn't
Yeah,
you?
we have talked about that before.
we have
In a
talked
car
about
for the
that.
Chili Bowl.
Let's
Yeah,
do it.
it'd be fun.
I'll drive it.
We know a guy.
Oh, what have
Call
you done?
Kevin Ramey.
What,
You know
what have you
that.
done that would warrant you driving that?
I am a midget, so I'd fit. I mean,
Oh gosh, little guy racing a little car.
let me in.
No, but we did have the Race Saver Nationals right before.
I heard lots of good things about that. Obviously,
Oh.
I heard the place was packed on the final night.
Absolutely packed.
Is the final night Sunday or Saturday?
Sunday.
Sunday. So when I was there, it was packed. There was a lot of sprint cars.
Well, that was a week before
It was
you.
the week before though.
Oh, the week before.
Yeah.
He
Oh,
also
yeah.
runs
Those are
sprint cars
Malvern
weekly.
Brink sprint cars there when I was there.
Yeah, those were 360s. There was 106
There was a lot
Race
of those.
Saver sprint cars at the National. Roger Hayden just does a fantastic job. I mean, that race is probably in its what? Well, I wouldn't even know
10th
where to guess.
10th, 12th year?
10th year, maybe.
I think this was 10th year, wasn't
I
it?
think
Time
it was
flies.
10th or 11th.
It goes by so fast.
And you know, he just does a lot to promote it as an event. They had some amateur wrestling competitions going on that week.
Had some of those at Boone too.
And
Not at Boone 1, but Boone 2.
he just does a fantastic job making it a truly event. And 10 years in the making, 106 sprint cars. The track's always fantastic. I was there, Friday night for the first night of it. Racing was outstanding. I mean, it says a lot about Roger and what he does to make this event happen. It's just not about racing and race cars. It's about everything that goes along with it. And I think once again, the quality. Jake Bubak won the race. Jake, well, where's he from? I think Colorado originally, but lives in Lincoln right now.
Does he still work for Speedway?
I think he does still work for Speedway.
I thought.
His father-in-law is Mikey Myers, that used to race modifieds, and obviously in the Ron Sardison connection there. And but no, Jake's won a lot of races. Won that. Joey Danley, John Carney, Gunnar Pike is a sprint car racer. He used to race. He's raced Boone in the
Sport mods.
Sport mods, yeah. And he's a guy. I don't care where I go, he'll be there. I mean, it's amazing. And then Ethan Burl out of Indiana finished fifth in that event. But once again, a great event, great car count, just a great atmosphere there. And I think Roger was blessed with some great weather also. That really helps the event, as we well know.
Yeah, Roger hits all the marks when it comes to his creativity as a promoter, how he runs his shows. He's very efficient. I mean, Eagle's just like one of those facilities that hits all the marks that it needs to hit from a facility standpoint and from an operation standpoint. And
He's more than a race promoter. He's an event promoter.
Yeah, very much so. He's very creative, and he's got a good team around him. His daughter does a fantastic job.
I'm just glad Boone doesn't rain anymore.
Yeah, me too. Trust me. Me too.
I don't know who's scheduled to fix that, but they did a good job.
You just kind of sometimes you get lemons and you make lemonade, but the Super Nationals was very fortunate. The last couple of years we've had some pretty decent weather, but we had about 6 or 7 years where every year we had at least one day where we lost.
We went a long time without any, though, too.
Yes, I think 17 years with no rain or something like that.
Those are quite the wrench in the program.
It does, because it's such a
We're getting ready to start that streak over again.
No, we're not. We're going to stay
the 17-year streak.
Yeah, that streak.
No
we're going to
rain.
stay on the no rain streak. It makes a big difference. I think I think for any event, especially even like the Race Saver and even KSP, who in that Texas market where they've been devastated by weather all year. It seems like in and around Texas, and I think KSP turned out pretty good. Had an excellent field of Southern Sport Mods for the Southern Sport Mods Super Nationals.
73 Southern Sport Mods.
Is that a record for that race?
I don't know.
It's got to be. I believe it is.
It's got. I believe it almost has to be close. If it's not, it's got to be really close.
Rain at the racetrack ruins my mood.
It ruins everybody's mood.
Mm-hmm. My trailer gets muddy. I mean, don't even talk to me. I'm so mad. I don't want to be there.
Yeah, it just makes a mess. Makes your race car messy.
Drives me nuts. Yeah, you get water spots.
Makes you.
You can't walk in and out of the trailer. You get feet dirty. Walk in the trailer. It just drives me up a wall.
Yep.
You have to mop it.
While you're here, Dylan, I realized I forgot to update the website on Super Nationals champions. Where would you like your hometown listed?
Yeah, where are you from technically?
Because it used to be Santa
Well,
Maria, then it went to Orcourt.
Well, Santa Maria and Orcutt is the same town. So like Santa Maria is technically where I was born, but it's like Cedar Rapids and like Marion.
Yep.
Like
so it's a suburb. Which
It's
one's
a
a suburb?
So what would you-
Orcutt is a suburb of Santa
I was
Maria.
born in Santa Maria, but I lived in Orcutt when I moved out here.
What would you like listed? Belle Plaine, Orcutt, Santa Maria,
Keystone.
Parts
California
unknown.
sounds cooler than
It
Iowa.
does
I'm
sound
just
way
telling you.
cooler.
Orcutt or Santa
Just
Maria?
telling
You're
you.
Santa Maria.
I don't know why you
I was
would
born
not
in
say you're
Santa
from
Maria.
California.
Yeah, I'm from California.
You know that
There's people that get mad about that.
Why?
I don't know.
Like you can help it?
Yeah, actually, I listed
It's your fault.
I listed our stock car for sale yesterday, and somebody's comment on there. I don't even know who the guy was. He said that if you remove the it was a picture for the All-Star race pacing around there with the California flag. He said if you remove that California flag, you'd be worth $2,000 more. It's like, what? Such an idiot.
Sometimes I wonder if these people have ever been to California.
California's beautiful. I mean, you want to talk about
It is.
nice weather
Absolutely.
where I
Santa Maria is
live?
beautiful.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
pretty area.
Yeah, great town.
Very pretty.
It's not like San Francisco and LA. It's right in between there, so you don't get like the bums. It's just
It's off the what is it? The main one that goes up
Highway
to
1.
Highway 1.
Well, and
no, that's
101.
101.
Highway 1's the old
101.
one.
The one that goes
Highway-
up the middle of the state through Bakersfield.
That's 166.
See, like you go up that part of the state right up to the middle, through all of the valley, I guess,
yeah.
right?
Yep.
It's hot as hell out
Oh, yeah.
there, and it's lots of produce and farming and stuff like that. And then you go over to the coast, and you go up is it the 101?
The 101 runs up the coast. Yep.
Goes up the coast. I've made that drive, and it's like, wow.
When you go for
It's
like
so
California, Bakersfield from Santa Maria is 2 hours, and like that 2 hour time frame, really, it's if you only go like an hour into the valley.
It's like 30 degrees.
30-degree difference. Yeah.
Yeah,
Huge.
I think the last time I was out there, it was like 107, 10 in L.A. and about 73 at the track in Santa Maria.
Yeah. Santa Maria is beautiful.
So what else we got to talk about, Jim?
Well, we
Talk
got,
about
like
some
I said,
upcoming
KSP. You know,
Dylan's got to go put an engine in his modified.
So you can race this weekend.
70,
got one in there.
73 Southern Sport Mods there. Ryan helped me out here with the winner.
How do you pronounce his name again?
I don't have it.
We've
handy.
been debating this.
Yes.
Alan Kolonic.
Kalanick?
Ray Allen Kolonic.
Where's he from?
Yeah. I think Texas.
Name doesn't sound familiar to me. Somebody I don't think I've met. But James does a good job down there. KSP is a beautiful facility. Again, it's in the state of Texas. KSP it kind of stamps itself as one of the facilities in the entire state that does a really good job. They operate under curfews, but
Yep.
Jay Branson and his family, Jerry, and just everybody associated with the facility for many, many years has done, I think, a fantastic job. I was at
Always
KSP last
immaculate.
year.
The grass is always cut.
Yeah, it's just a beautiful
I mean,
place.
Beautiful.
And the racing
I
is
think
usually
that-
pretty good there. I was there last
Oh,
year, and I
abs-
thought it was fantastic. But
Conroe, Texas is where Ray Allen is from.
gotcha. Well, congratulations to him. That's a big win. What did it pay? Was it pay $3,000 or
$5,000.
$5,000?
Paid a lot.
Five.
Yeah.
5,000 for the Southerns.
Yep.
You ever raced a Southern, Dylan?
Nope. I've only raced a sport mod maybe 6 or 7 times.
I hot lapped a Southern one time, and it definitely is different. I don't know if it's the 500 tire or what it is that makes it different. I've hot lapped stock cars, and I've hot lapped the Southern Sport Mod. To me, kind of felt like it was just kind of.
Well, it's on the full frame and the.
It just kind of felt like it was floating, kind of like mushy, like you're racing on marshmallows. But they put on good shows.
Speaking of tires,
We're not talking about rules, Dylan. That's not why we invited you.
Come back in November for that.
listen,
You don't get a vote.
The November podcast, we'll sit down and talk about that.
But Southern Sport Mod Nationals went good. 73 cars there, 106 at Race Saver, 1036 at the Super Nationals in Boone. What, 1,200?
Somebody had that up.
1,215 I already did. That's why I can go through it. 1,215 cars. That's probably a record for us for that week of racing. But
Well,
like
know-
like we say at the event, though, I mean, you what makes that happen is all the weekly racing that happens around the United States. It really does. And right now, we see it all year. People have been talking about weekly racing versus specials. And, Dylan doesn't do a lot of weekly racing, do you? Not much.
When we're not doing nothing else, yeah, we'll go to Marshalltown. We
Sure.
went to Marshalltown a handful of times.
Yeah,
But you're not a dedicated weekly race. You float around a special, especially if
Yeah.
you're racing non-sanctioned stuff. and
Honestly, the
super
whole
late models
since
and
you
everything
guys
else.
since you guys changed the point average, makes me want a weekly race more. Because if you miss 2 weeks, you don't lose your average anymore.
yeah.
Right.
And
That was some of the
that's
thinking
exactly
when
why
we
we
did
did
that.
it.
Yeah, that was some of the thinking when we made that
Yeah,
decision.
That was nice.
But you've got all these racetracks across the United States that are racing. The pool of cars in these divisions is just so big. It's what allows the Super Nationals to happen to the magnitude that it happens. If without all the sanctions, without all the weekly tracks across 42 states, and all the stuff that's going on week in and week out. Like last weekend, I was on MRP and I'm like, holy shit! Look at all the races going on. There was just pages and pages of races on MRP going on.
There's a lot of them still going on through the month of September.
Yes, there's lots of
We've got
stuff
a
still
ton
going on.
of stuff still going on.
All that stuff makes Super Nationals work. It really does. You remove IMCA weekly racing, and people get into this. Oh, weekly racing is dead, and we're only going to have special events. And the problem with that is that the divisions within IMCA that would happen in would get drastically smaller because racers would not travel up and down the road as much. It's just a fact, So the fact that all these weekly races that are still going on before Super Nationals, obviously, and after Super Nationals is kind of what presents the Super Nationals setting in the first place. And then, Lottie and everybody at Boone Speedway, his entire staff over there, he's got some tough working dudes over there that have been there a long time.
Yeah, that's insane.
I'm telling you.
I talk to a couple of them every once in a while.
Them
and
guys are beasts. They will do anything.
4 hours of sleep.
Yep, they'll do anything that's needed, and it's crazy, and it shows. I think that's what makes that event work the way it does. It's a very unique set of circumstances. Like I said, it'd be hard to ruin the Super Nationals because of the setting in which everything that's the way it's all played out to get it to where it is. But you start removing all those hardworking people, and it definitely gets more challenging for people like Jerry who don't work very much.
That ain't no. Yeah.
I'm just joking, Jerry. You're a hardworking dude too.
Jerry wears out that sheep's foot. Just ask him.
No shit. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm in Marshalltown.
Hey,
Sheepsfoot and radios.
Life.
Get
Hey,
worn
he
out
did-
at Marshalltown.
He did put out a pretty good flyer for this race he's got coming up.
Is that the Harvest Hustle? Is that what you're calling that?
Yeah.
one?
Listen,
in October.
the pay down for that's badass.
It's huge. Hope you get a sponsor for that because I know
Yeah.
you can't afford to pay it. I'm kidding.
Yeah, I don't know who's paying for that.
Yeah, I'm puckered up here right now.
Is that on IMCA TV?
Nope, it's on Flow Racing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, shoot. So nobody's going to get to see it? That sucks.
Just come to the racetrack. Show up, buy a grandstand ticket. Come in. and
No,
see.
I can't chop on him too much. Flo does a good job too.
The payout for that's badass.
We'd love to see you on IMCA TV.
I know.
Crickets.
So we're gonna hit crickets?
Crickets. Yeah, you got the.
Jerry?
No.
Sell it yesterday to
Was that how much? $130,000.
Well, there's two of them clicked at the same time.
Oh, so you got to unclick the one
Oh, I see. Nice.
because you double clicked it.
Yeah, I got that figured
Haven't
out.
done that in a while, have you?
Okay.
I haven't played with that thing for a
But,
year.
before we get to the Harvest Hustle, we've got a ton of specials coming up. A couple of them, this coming up weekend, we got the, I don't know what annual Tiny London is, probably 50th. I don't know.
God, that race, that's been going for. I remember
Ever.
announcing back there in the late '90s or early 2000s announcing that race.
Tom Gutowski promoting it.
Yes, Tom and Buzz and Lori.
They did such a good job
Yep.
shortening that place up.
Oh, my God, that track is neat.
Track's
And then,
really good.
We'll go over this weekend.
Speaking of that, I think another track that's gone through a renovation is Park Jefferson.
Yeah, that looks pretty
They
good.
got the Iron Cup coming up a week from this weekend. And
Boone 2.0 is what they're calling
yeah,
it.
I mean, it's crazy what Wayne's been able to accomplish in 2 weeks. I mean, the banks, put 7 foot of dirt to the banks, something crazy like that. And I mean, it's been 18-hour days.
Ooh, that's a good picture of it there.
He's been, going on. And I think that's going to be fun to watch. And,
that'll
that's
be
what
awesome.
the
They did
27th
a lot of
are.
work in a short time too, didn't they?
Oh, absolutely. 28th, we got this 21st, we got the Stampede up in Jamestown, which is always a great event.
That'll get hundreds of race cars.
Yeah. They said
yeah.
said they moved 19,000 yards of dirt in
That's a
14
lot.
days. It's a lot of dirt.
lot.
Well, I think what happened is somebody told Wayne he couldn't get it done in 2 weeks.
Yeah, you don't
So
tell
he-
Wayne you can't do
He
anything.
took that as a challenge.
Here, hold my beer. I'm going to show you boys.
And our point season ends, September 29th?
29th, Sunday, the final Sunday in September.
So a couple, not this weekend, but next.
Right. A lot of close points battles out
And they
there
are
too.
it's coming down to Ryan's we're getting the internal projections within the office of, okay, here's how this can play out. Those are always interesting. It's just, Ryan fascinates me with that kind of stuff, how detailed it is and how,
I'm not saying it's right, but I mean that's what I came up with.
It is incredibly accurate for us.
Well, and there's
so-
just so many variables yet. Because some of
There
those,
is.
like in the sport mod, Matthew Luft is still, they're still racing track points at some of
Yeah,
the
he's
places
racing at
at.
Arlington. Yeah.
Yep.
And they're still they race track points all the way to the end, where someone like Sacco, his points races are done, so now he's out chasing races and wins
Yep.
to try to offset everything. So it was
Williams in the
interesting
hobby
being
stocks?
it was interesting up there in Spencer listening to, being over to Sacco's trailer, and I think if I win tonight, I got this deal. And Loft is like, if he wins tonight, I really got to get this done.
Yep.
And I'm thinking to myself, it's like, it comes. I wanted to say, just give all your stats to Nichols. He'll tell you what you have to do.
You got hundreds of racetracks, hundreds of races, thousands of races, and our national point battles come down to those.
Yeah.
Literally the last race.
Hobby
of the year
stocks
for
are
some of
coming
those
that
guys.
way this year again, too.
And there are drivers that still have starts remaining. That isn't always
Yep.
the case, but
Yep.
it's going to matter. These last 2 weeks are going to make a difference.
Yep.
You see me just wadded up there on the TV.
That was from 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was. He was watching it. I just wadded it up.
It happens.
You'll have that.
Part of racing.
Yeah. That was one of the years we DNF'd the modified feature.
There's so many of them. You got to be more specific.
Batesville has a couple big specials coming up. 10,000 to win for the stock cars on the 26th to the 28th of September.
No, that's in the stock cars in
the
October.
modifieds.
Did they flip flop them again?
I think they flip flopped them. I think we just put.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's right.
Stock
Yep.
cars are first. Mooney always
That's
puts on a good show.
The modifieds are 2,000 to win Thursday, Friday, and 7,500 on Saturday down at Batesville. Stock cars, like I said, 10 grand to win, 5 for second, 25, 1250, 1,000, and 800 start. Once again, Mooney's one of them guys. It's worth the trip just to listen to his pit meeting. I mean, it's
Yeah,
it's pretty damn good.
Whatever says that about Brett.
Yeah.
His take 20 minutes on the microphone.
Come on now.
Good
That's
morning, Super Nationals, day number 3.
I don't talk near as much as I used to. It gives me shit all the
I don't
time.
think you talk near as
We're
less
not going to
either,
go over
though.
the schedule today.
I
We
don't.
went over
I
the schedule
don't.
yesterday.
We're not going to go over the schedule today.
Again,
You
when
don't,
when
you don't talk
factor-
as much during the day,
when-
throughout the course of the day, I don't think.
When
I'll
you
get my race
factor the
pass.
amount of cars that are there, the amount of people spread out all over the place, the fact that it's as organized as it is
Right.
quite fascinating.
Listen, I'll give you
It
this.
really
you
is.
used to start those at 9 a.m. Now you wait till about 10. And that's good.
It's because I didn't get out of bed till about then.
Well, it used to
I
be.
literally, if the pit's open at 10, I get out of bed at 9:30.
He's not getting any younger either, Dylan.
Yeah, it used to be.
I have to sleep a little bit.
You've gotten a lot better at those. They used to be really long.
Well, I just talk about the stuff that matters instead of the shit that
Well,
don't
now you
matter.
just set people straight, which is great. You tell them to look at my race patch, which is how it should be.
Again,
Drives me
there's a
nuts
lot
when
has
tracks
changed.
don't put the
Go back
order of
5 or 6
events on my
years
race
ago
pass.
when we were doing MRP.
Still posting
And
paper
people
lineups.
had to come to
and-
lineup boards.
Yeah.
People we were posting those lineup boards. One thing's wrong, you got to change them all. You got to communicate that to everybody. I mean, there's a little bit of confusion at times with MRP because we did have a couple situations at Super National this year where we populated it with the wrong lineup and we had to change it real quick.
Yeah, I was in an LCQ.
Yeah, some of that kind of stuff happens, but MRP has increased the ability for us to be organized and the
think it should
racers to
be-
be on top of things.
I think it should be a national law that you have to put your order of events on my race pass. Federal law, not national.
That is the
law.
most unused, but yet biggest tool you can have.
very
It's just
helpful.
in
It's
your
awesome.
description of the event.
Right.
Hot laps, here's your
Very
order.
helpful.
Heats, here's your order.
Yeah, Marshalltown every
Boom.
week has
Every
it
week.
on there.
I
You put the
It-
transponder, receiver, everything else.
yeah,
on there,
everything.
don't
should be on
transponder here,
you? FM transmitter, if you're on that.
Yeah,
thing,
or
you
the-
put it all in there.
MRP audio. You know, it's
should-
right
Well, my
there.
parents at home use it all the time. My mom, when she's watching, she looks at the order of events because they don't watch the whole night.
Right.
They just watch when I'm racing.
Yep.
So they click off of it and look at order of events, and she looks at race pass, see what's on the racetrack.
Yep.
It's pretty simple.
You can run on the live timing and scoring on
Whoa,
your
whoa,
MRP
you're
app,
telling me
it'll
your
tell you.
mom does that from California, but there's people at the event that can't. What time do I go out? It's
Well,
right
for
there.
years we had the phone problem, and I think they got most of that fixed this year too. Again,
Yeah, the Wi-Fi worked great.
There's
One day
been
my
a-
phone didn't work, and I connected to the Wi-Fi for that day, and it worked
it
great.
works.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a
Just
lot of
the-
people that didn't need it because the Verizon tower was updated, so it helped a lot.
Yeah,
of
Verizon
us
did
that
a
use-
nice job of.
helped a lot of us that
updating.
use Verizon.
Yeah, this is the first.
But the Wi-Fi definitely helped. You know, and again, I'm going to Boone tomorrow. Lottie wants to make a list of things that we're going to get done before the snow flies here in preparation for next year.
Should I give him my napkin with the
Yeah, give him the drawing.
give the drawing of the?
We got some line
plans?
boring we got to do. We got to run some fiber because we're pushing fiber all over that facility now. So again, all that stuff it just helps the overall.
I think me
event.
and Jimmy are going to build our shop.
I told Jimmy we need to have a pit shack with an apartment above it.
Well, we're just going to build a shop
And
on
then,
our little pad.
and then on top of the apartment, then you can have like a viewing deck. From there, you'd be able to see the racetrack.
well, that's what we're going to do at our little pad. We're going to have a little shop with roll-up doors.
But when you
and
start stacking
go up top there,
levels of buildings, it gets. You gotta know what you're doing.
Yeah.
and we're going to lock the doors. Nobody inside. It's going to be great.
Good times.
One day.
Yeah, but you guys kind of pit in a good spot there. You get to see some action every now and then.
Yeah, it's
Down
awesome
here.
when they come off the track wanting to fight each other. Our favorite is when they come off the racetrack hitting the chip. I mean, you could tell they're mad. I mean, they really showed that motor who was mad.
Exactly. It has to hurt the
There's some guys that go to the infield
speaking
and
of
scale
mad
that
down there.
finish second. They're mad at their engine.
like it's the engine's fault.
Yeah.
I love it.
Did you get to witness the William Gould deal?
Oh yeah, it was that? We were right in front of it. That
What
was
happened
good.
there?
Oh gosh.
It was great.
Why do we got to talk about this kind of stuff?
It's
The
entertainment.
event.
Didn't even make it didn't even make the penalty box.
Because we didn't know about it. Why
No,
didn't
you
we?
didn't
didn't
need
hear
to.
anything
There's no
about
reason.
it.
Security. There's no reason to.
Yeah.
It was good.
It sounds like it policed itself.
This is
It
worth
does.
the price of admission.
Racers have a tendency to sort these things out.
You know, you play
Sometime.
stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
Correct.
I've always said sometimes a fist in the mouth is still the way to resolve it.
Usually once or twice you get somebody that runs into somebody on the exit row.
Yeah,
coming
that's
off the
kind of
track.
chicken shit in my eyes, though.
Yeah, I think it happened once this year. I don't remember.
Then some guy through a beer can. There was some guys in the high race.
through
Oh
beer
yeah,
cans,
that happens.
yeah.
all
That's
day.
made.
Well, that,
That's
a couple years ago
standard.
when Larson stopped his car and went up on the catwalk.
Yeah. I
Hey,
do remember that.
I saw an old picture the other day. Why did they take the catwalk down over the track entrance?
For sprint cars.
Sprint cars when we ran race savers there
Oh,
because
they
they
couldn't
couldn't
fit?
get it.
Lottie decided to run sprint cars at Boone 2 years ago. Was it 2 years
And they
ago?
couldn't fit.
No, it's been
It's
longer
been
than
three or
that.
four. It's been 3 or 4 years.
And
they
so they
couldn't
took
fit.
they took the catwalk down so the wings wouldn't hit so you didn't have to worry about
Well,
that.
it was the width. They kept coming through there and hitting it with the right rear.
That was because I saw a picture of that and I was like, really cool.
Yeah.
It should be put back. I asked him that. I said, why don't we put that back in? It's a good stretch of catwalk. We need it
It's
too.
over in the weeds.
Yeah.
Huh.
Put it back. It's probably I don't know if the footing's there. Probably not.
No, everything's still there.
Yeah. Just stand it right back up. Put it back in.
Cool.
And then, one of the other neat things about, we talk about My Race Pass advancing racing is, I looked at TikTok the other day and saw a new viral deal on TikTok. I don't know if anybody else saw that. Some goofy announcer yelling at a fan in the stands.
Oh God. Jerry.
Hey, don't be an idiot and make it personal.
Jerry.
Well, if you'd have been there, you could.
That's why I don't
understand.
have
I'll say
TikTok.
Jerry handled that better than I thought he would because I listened to that and I'm like, oh boy, let's see what Jerry has to say. And he handled that better than I thought he would.
Yeah.
I'll give him
Sometimes-
credit.
Sometimes
I
when you
couldn't
pay to go, sometimes when you pay to go to an event, it doesn't. Just because you paid to watch it doesn't mean you get paid the right to be belligerent and start accusing people of things they did or did not do when they didn't do it, and then you begin the target. And when I become the target, I'm like anybody else in the world. I'm going to come back and defend it, and I did.
How does that work when you're reffing basketball?
Yeah.
It's pretty easy, Coach. Enough. Had enough.
Jerry's in charge.
It's not even that. It's just about just
Rabbit ears.
yeah. That'll happen.
Oh well. What else we got to talk about? Been talking for long.
But 90 minutes, haven't we?
Where are we at, Nate? We're 90. Hour and a half?
About
Nobody's
lunchtime.
gonna listen to 90 minutes.
No.
About
We
lunchtime.
don't listen to the first 2 minutes.
It's
Yeah,
been a
so
while.
they're probably
I
going to,
know.
yeah, this one might. Nate's right. But we haven't done one for a couple months. So they're
I've
going
got an eye
So hold
appointment
us to
after I go to
November.
lunch, so I can't
What's
sit
that,
here.
Ryan?
I've got an eye appointment after I go eat lunch, so I don't want to sit here all afternoon.
We did have a couple of cool announcements. Well, before the Super Nationals, we announced the frame, the stock car frame, or the hobby stock, or the Southern Sport Mod. The metric frame, that's pretty much
That's the big news.
making its way into obviously into the,
Oh,
into
and
the
then
chassis
they
market.
viewed the new body.
And then we had the Camaro body, which I thought was a really good idea. I don't know, not necessarily because I was involved in it. I just think it's a cool race car. I think the stock car division is an awesome class. I said it earlier when Wade was sitting here, but we get a lot of people want to put Camaro fenders, Camaro noses, Camaro this, Camaro that on stock cars. So when we looked at some sort of a composite body, because the composite stuff was starting to make its way into, obviously you probably have composite on your modified and your
Yeah, the
late
plastic
model, right?
doors and quarters.
Yep, from a durability standpoint, so we thought, well, geez, could we get a composite Camaro because it's a newer body style, plus it's going to be maybe a little more durable, and
Well, I think what people don't realize, I think a lot of people knocked it or whatever, but in 2-3 years, like, they could have another one, like a Dodge or something, something that's similar shape but a little bit different of a look. and it could, and you have options, stuff like that. And
The problem that what people don't understand is the immense amount of tooling and production costs that are associated with creating a body like that. It's not something that is as simple as just, well, we just go buy it somewhere. I mean, they've got to actually make all the tooling to make
the
all
price
that.
on that thing was like not bad either.
No, I mean, it's like the frame. I don't think it's out of line. I don't think the body price out of line. But at the end of the day, if people don't like the Camaro body, don't run it. If you don't want to use it, don't use it. Same with the frame. If you don't want to use the metric frame, the OEM replacement one, then use the OEM one.
It's an option, and you have
It's
the
just an
option to
option.
use it, do
Yeah.
not use it.
You know, but to me, it gives a little bit more. The frame deal is a necessity. I mean, we've everything on that race car has pretty much been reproduced, OEM replaced, or remanufactured, or made a purpose-driven race part. You know, so when you run out of the frame, none of the other stuff matters at that point. So to me, the frame is the key, and I think that it's been good to have Speedway associated with that project. I don't think any other manufacturer, any other business in racing could have necessarily done what Speedway accomplished with that metric frame. It's very well engineered, and I think 5 Star is doing a great job on the Camaro body. And I think you know, the negative comments I think are a little bit unwarranted. I get it; people don't like change, but I think once you get that Camaro body settled in on a stock car and it looks nice and and it's durable, I think there's going to be a lot of guys that want to use it. I think it's going to be a cool looking race car.
Dylan, what's your thoughts on that? You going to run one?
Well, we just listed our stock car for sale, but I would run one for sure. Because the plastic panels, like on the modified, I mean, obviously I hit a lot of stuff. It's no secret. I mean, you just take that thing off and put it in the sun, and it comes right back straight. I mean, you can't beat that with aluminum. You could pound aluminum out as long as you want, but eventually you get holes in it or it gets weak. And honestly, and then not knocking the aluminum brands, but today's aluminum cracks bad when you fold it and stuff like that. That's just part of ever since COVID, something that's happened. So the plastic panels prevent a lot of that, especially the doors and quarters, drag the ground a lot or get ran into a lot or something like that. It doesn't, you don't have to worry about it cracking.
Nothing stays the same, and stock car racing has been, we haven't changed a lot. We're still using bodies that were made in 1987.
Well, you can still use the steel body.
You can, but if you're going to give, our thinking was if you're going to give a body, a composite body like that with plastic and it's durable, why not give it something that's a little bit more newer,
Modern,
a different look?
It still has a steel door.
It does, aluminum door.
Or aluminum.
Yeah,
Oh, we're going to rely on that.
So the doors are going to get beat up, especially if you're racing it. But the fenders and the
I'm
quarters,
more hard on the fenders, believe it or not.
You know,
that's what you hit people with.
I heard it was a front bumper.
The thinking was you can buy a body and use the whole thing the whole year, right?
Yeah.
Get it wrapped, it sticks to it, and you can use that body the whole year, even if you're having trouble with, running into walls and shit like Dylan has or other cars, spinning people out under caution.
Or if you race weekly with Dylan anywhere.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I think it's badass. I would totally use it if I could. Or
I
if
think it's going to
had
get
one.
some traction. I think whenever something is new, I think people are
Racers don't like change.
apprehensive. I think lots of people don't like change.
Yeah, I think a
It's
lot of
human
it
nature,
comes
isn't it?
down
Stays the
to
same.
is
Unless it's something they want.
Correct.
whenever we do something new, everybody's can jump to conclusions saying that, well, it's got an IMCA sticker on it. That's the only reason they're doing
or
that.
there's some sort of money
where
being
is the
made or-
IMCA sticker on this Camaro body, Brett?
I can't remember where we put it. We hid it so nobody can see it. I
Yeah,
guess.
they're
stamped
they're
and
invisible now.
It's in hieroglyphics. on
That is in circumstances like this. That is the absolute furthest thing from our mind when we start working on these projects. First off, we want to find companies like Speedway that'll actually take on the manufacturing production of the frame. It takes a special kind of company that wants to do that. So we're thankful that we can find somebody that wants to invest in that type of a project because it's hundreds of thousands of dollars. And the 5-star body on the Camaro body is no different. You've got to find a special kind of company that's willing to invest that. They have spent months, it might even be a year now, on that Camaro body. You know, I've been over there.
A year ago.
I've been over there at least twice, 3 times maybe. You know,
I mean, they were putting fenders from other bodies that they have on there. What do you guys think about this? Now I'll try this one. Then they'd grab another set of fenders, put it on, and
true story. The
I
very
mean-
first time we went over there, they had a Camaro mocked up, and we walked in, and I'm like, oh, that looks kind of cool. And they had different stuff, and they were clipping it on and taking this off and putting that on. And I'm like, oh, that's a really cool looking car. And it was a Camaro. I'm like, that's perfect. He goes, yeah, this one, this is one we make. I'm like, well, why can't we just use that one? That one, it cost $12,000.
Yeah, it's the asphalt version.
Yeah.
That's what he said. I was like, $12,000 because it was all carbon fiber or something. It was some sort of an SCCA type, I think, car of some sort. It was perfect. I mean, you just walk around like, oh, that's the one. Let's put that on an IMCA stock car. Well, it cost $12,000. It's like, whoa, kind of misses the mark a little bit for our market. So they redesigned it, retooled it, spent all that money and months getting this project going, and that's where we're at. But it's a lot less expensive.
We'd have to charge $15,000 by the time we put our stickers on a $12,000 car.
If you got a $12,000 body on your race car, you can't touch anything with it because it's too expensive to fix. So, but anyhow, cool projects. I think the frame and the body have been cool projects for the stock car division. I really do. I think it's going to give a little bit of a fresh look too for the division starting next year on January 1st. I know they're already building chassis on the Speedway frame. So,
What's that frame cost? $3,000.
I think so. It's like $2,900.
Yeah,
Well, I see everywhere
thing.
you go, if you don't bring a core, you have to pay $1,000.
Usually.
$1,000 to $1,500.
Yeah, so
bucks.
you're paying. I mean, you're not paying that much more for the frame.
Yep, and it's new.
And you're
You
getting a
don't-
new frame.
You also don't have to pay the sandblast.
So if you had the choice, Dylan, you're buying a brand new stock car, and
I'd get one of those new ones.
and you could save $1,000 on the race car by using a frame that's been laying in a salvage yard for 40 years. Would you do it?
No, I'd use one of those new ones.
Most people will. And it's just like modify. It's just going to change the market a little bit. I think eventually all the new cars are going to be built on that. I think that's the way it'll go. It may not go that way right now, but I think it'll eventually get that way. And those cars will make their way. They'll cycle their way through the used market over time. And I think in 10 years, at least we'll have a little bit of at least we can say in 10 years we're going to have a frame. Whereas before we couldn't really even say that. So, but anyhow.
Are we going to be around in 10 years?
I'll be, I don't know, 62. I can retire at 58.
Yeah, but you'll be here till you're 78, so.
I don't know about that. We'll see. What else?
Be Ryan's-
Anything else?
Ryan's
We talked about
baby
all
then.
kinds of shit. We're probably talking too much now. People tuned out an hour ago.
I've been doing work.
They probably tuned out.
Even Ryan's tuned out.
I'm replying to emails and updating the website.
Super Nationals was awesome. We've had a really good, I think our point season is playing out to be awesome. There's a lot of cool things happening in these last few weeks of weekly racing. Again, the weekly racing provides the Super Nationals opportunity. The Race Saver Nationals were awesome. We had huge crowds, huge car counts at all of these 3 Super Nationals events. I think that leads us into the off season really, really well. I think we're going to see some good events as well, still to come for at least another couple of months, and then we'll throw some new rules out for 2025 or change the date on a lot of them for 2025, and we'll start racing again right away in first week or two in January and do it all over again.
Rules.
You're not invited to that meeting, Dylan.
You can come in place of me if you'd like to.
So what else? Anything?
I think that's it.
That's
We've
it.
bored them enough
When's
today.
the Harvest Hustle again? I saw that on Facebook. And
24, 5, and 6
of
of
October. So
Like
it's
I won't
like
be
the
there.
weekend
December-
before Halloween.
He's hoping it ain't gonna be snowing.
I mean, it's the weekend before Halloween.
Yeah.
We're gonna have
What's the rain date on that,
trick-or-treating.
Jerry?
I might come. If I come, I'll have to come in my Halloween costume because I worked a haunted house the last year.
Oh,
gonna
what
wear?
are you gonna dress up as Halloween this year?
I was Leatherface. It's the most fun I've ever had working at a haunted house. I'm telling you.
Which one in
it's-
Garrison?
Yes. I've never had so much fun scaring the living shit out of people. And
You've
you
done that
scare the
most of your
living shit
life.
out of people. Yeah, but I'm doing it in costume now. So
Oh, so they don't know it's you.
they don't know it's me. It's fun. I'm telling you.
I see. We
I do it for free.
say
I
we
do it
go
for
to the
free. It's a good
Garrison.
fundraiser for the Garrison Fire Department too, as well.
We should go to the
I thank Sean
Garrisons.
Fisher for
I
the
won't be around
opportunity
that
to do
We
weekend.
should go to the spooky house and we can scare the shit out of him.
We'll be around that weekend.
Oh, okay. I'll pick up
Done.
Dylan. We'll go.
I'm not.
So we
going.
can do another podcast in a week or two.
We'll have to see how schedules look out. I can't imagine how.
And Nate might be gone. It's
Nate will be
hard to
gone.
get us all in the same place with
know.
Nate's schedule and your schedule and Jim's schedule,
My schedule.
Dylan's schedule.
Dylan's schedule,
Dylan's schedule.
Wade's schedule.
I mean, I just hang out here most of the time. I'm usually here, but Everybody else is gone.
Oh, guess what? It's time to overseed your yard, so you can make
I know.
that bag of grass that's been in the front yard or the front door for 2 years.
No, that's a new bag.
Oh, you got a
I
new
used
bag.
all that other stuff in the spring. That's another bag. I'm getting ready for the fall.
You do it in the fall.
Give me a little. Yeah.
Okay.
Heck yeah, I'll aerate and then overseed now.
Cole Fenske's coming in.
You guys need to update the
Update
you need
the
to
what?
update the videos and stuff.
I know that's all.
They're ancient.
We need to,
That's from the 40th. We're
Yeah,
at 42
these are all,
now.
these are
That's
ancient
2 years old.
videos.
It's twice as big now.
yeah.
I ain't seen nothing up to date.
Wow.
We got to work on that.
He just wants to. He's won 3 main events. He just wants that in there
They haven't
too.
seen
now.
it.
He wants to see more of
We'll see more of
himself up
himself.
there.
Haven't seen a single one of those.
Well, they weren't.
Well, let's wrap it up. Thanks, Dylan, for coming. We do appreciate it as well.
Appreciate it.
Thanks,
Congratulations on a
Yes,
super
congratulations.
Yes.
Yes.
week.
Like a fat chicken prom. I'm just glad to be here.
Sprint car next year.
Sport Compact, Mod Light.
Mod Light. Let's do it. Make it happen. Find me a Mod
Because
Light.
he could run a Mod Light.
You go to the, well,
Can I run a sport compact?
what are the Mod Light rules going to be next year?
I don't know.
Because this is the year that we said it wasn't going to be a free for all.
We'll see.
What do you mean a free for all?
That you could.
You could run a Mod Light regardless what division you were
Oh,
licensed
okay.
in this year, but that
You
was
could race it in anything.
There's people complaining that I race late models and stock cars. So
I think that's
do that.
because of you
There's people that
specifically.
complain you race it anyhow. Why's you got to race this stuff?
If you had to give up racing a division, which division would you give up?
well, not because I don't like it, but the stock car. It's the lowest level, really.
Yeah.
That's what's going to go first. That's why it's for sale.
There you go. Now you know. Dylan's not racing stock car next year.
Congratulations to everybody.
You all have a chance.
All the crybabies out there, they know who they are.
Congratulations. Yeah, you
Those
know.
3.
You won't,
right?
you won't hear from them anyway.
Do you have
Right?
any
there's-
names you want to mention?
There's a lot of stock car
you throw,
crybabies out there.
Give us a couple examples of the crybabies.
No.
Chicken.
There's been a couple that have been crying. I remember the year I won, there's people crying on the stage when we were taking our picture
You're a mod
last
guy.
year. Yeah. It's not my problem. It's their
Oh,
problem.
well.
Well, that would be hard to figure out who those people
So wrap it up, Jerry.
All right.
Harvest
Well,
Hustle.
Harvest Hustle coming up. But before that, there's Tiny Lund this weekend.
The
There's all kinds-
32nd annual Tiny Lund, by the
32nd
way. I looked it
annual.
up.
Which
The
is
Iron Cup at Park Jefferson. We'll go to the South
All new
Dakota
Park
Fall
Jefferson.
Nationals. Some dark side events are coming up.
Southern Challenge. down
Southern
in Abilene,
Challenge.
October.
Had
Bank,
it.
there's a banquet in
Skagit.
November.
Iowa Dirt Nationals, October. Fall
Yeah,
bash.
which is sanctioned this year.
Yep.
Yeah, so the Fall
Fall
Bash.
Yep.
That's the first weekend of October.
10,000 to win up
We're
in
sanctioning all the
Skagit.
dark side stuff this year. The eastern side of the state for the most part. Yeah.
There's a lot of racing.
In Jamestown. I drove to Jamestown one time for the Stampede. I was just fascinated.
That's always a
it-
tradition up there.
It had a Super Nationals feel. You pull in there, there's just shitloads of campers, and the whole the property's just full of campers. And
Seems
race
like
cars.
every year I've been up there, just colder than
It
shit.
is cold. It was
Yeah.
cold when I was up there too.
But I think it's a rite of
But it is
passage
almost
up there.
Canada. It is.
Yeah.
Yep. But another really cool event.
So-
they're everywhere.
Check out the IMCA TV schedule. A lot of those races we talked about will be on IMCA TV. Don't forget that replay package, $24.99. And if you didn't go to Super Nationals, you didn't buy it, you can watch Dylan Thornton win 2 championships in the same year. Or you can make fun of him when he doesn't make the stock cars one of the 2. It's all the same. Till next time, tune us on out.